Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I'm your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, James Scorza.
What's up?
Joe Marks.
Dave is going to die today.
Dave Yarnold.
How's everybody doing?
Frank Finnegan.
Oh, my God. The rails are off.
Damon Salim is somewhere out there in the ether. If anybody wants to chime in the text board as to when Damon Salim's going to arrive, we'll get you in on this pool as well.
9:20 for me, guys.
I would like to say good morning to Norm Deal, who checks in first. And happy anniversary to Norm and Sabrina Deal today.
Hey, happy anniversary to Norm.
Happy anniversary, Norm. Happy
anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Very nice. Very nice. So before we jump off the rails, let's get into some of the fine sponsors for the program. Mexican Mondays over at Dolan's in Ridley Park, 24 East Sellers Avenue. Mexican Mondays, $2 tacos, $4 margaritas, and $4 Mexican beers, 4 p.m. to midnight. Head on over there. Tell them the boys at EOP and Pattison Ave sent you. Scotland Golf Trip, Philly Sports Trips, British Open at St. Andrews, July 13th through the 19th. Head on over to phillysportstrips.com and plan your trip today.
That's Frank's trip.
The ultimate LA basketball trip is obviously currently going on, so we can't really push that too much, nor can we push the trip to Nashville because that's already going on.
And shout out to Vince because last night it felt like they were in Philly and not in LA.
Right, absolutely. So, but the 2022 NFL Draft in Vegas, April 27th through the 30th. Round trip flights to Vegas, 3 nights at Planet Hollywood, all inclusive draft party, group tour of Allegiant. Joe, why do I do that every week? Allegiant Stadium. Head on over to phillysportstrips.com and plan your trip today.
Hooked on sports phonics.
You know it. SMT Renovations. If you have a project, no project's too big or too small at your house, reach out to owner and project manager Sean Tolomeo at 609-602-0560 to get yourself a free estimate today. Some of the fine programming from this past week from the Edge of Philly Sports lineup. Obviously, on Mondays, we got the Broad Street Bullies podcast, talking some Flyers.
Who actually won their first
road game in quite
this
calendar year.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Did they win back-to-back road games?
I don't know.
No.
They didn't win last.
They all 6-3.
Monday mailbag with Joey Sheeran. Tuesdays talking Philly sports with Maddie B. The Philly Press Box Radio guys had Lou Nolan and Kayla Santiago on this past week. On Wednesdays, the EOP program had the Fandemic crew. This past Thursday, we had Kyle Quinn's Birds IQ back in studio and rolling. The Pattison Ave boys covered the Get Processed show this Friday. And obviously every Saturday you can see our ugly mugs on here. And for all you Lax heads out there, nobody in the business does it better than Lax Philly. Live shows coming soon, articles, videos, and much more. Just head on over to edgeofphillysports.com. So before we get into the day at hand or the week at hand in Philly sports, from 3 to 8 p.m. tonight, today at the Red Lantern, there is a benefit for little Freddie Burns, fighting for Freddie, and it's $30 at the door. It's a great cause. It's over at the Red Lantern. Head on out there, show your support, and for it's an amazing cause. And just wanted to give a little shout out there before we got into some of the business at hand. Dave, you were down there yesterday at the Wells Fargo Center, so I'm kicking it right to you. How was it?
Intense. It was fun.
I can imagine.
Two good basketball games. If you're a college fan, go see some college basketball. I mean, I'll tell you, Carolina was awesome last night, and that St. Peter's team, I give them props, man. Those kids are playing their hearts out, and what they did last night was incredible. You know, now they're in the Elite Eight. It's amazing.
What they did last night was historic.
It's historic. Yeah, I mean,
first 15 seed to make.
I was just going to say the first 15 seed to ever make to the Elite Eight, and it's funny. Everybody calls it the Elite Eight. I call it the Grade 8. I don't know why. Is that like what it used to be? The Grade 8? Didn't they used to call it the Grade 8?
No, they've always called it the Elite 8.
Okay, I thought it was great. Well, to me, it's always the Grade 8.
Well, once they got the only thing they ever used to do was Sweet 16.
Okay, you're right. I know Sweet 16.
And they still can't figure out what to do for 32.
Okay. Well, that's kind of tough to do.
So they just go round to 32.
Right, round to 32.
They haven't figured
Dave's just out here making up new names for stuff.
Hey,
they haven't figured out a catchy name.
I always call it the Grade 8. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, if you like I said, if you're college basketball, and go check it out because it's really, I mean, those kids get into it, and the fans are so intense.
Are they down there? Are they down there again?
Yeah, they're down Sunday. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Carolina will play that St. Pete team on Sunday.
Right. They finished this region
at the Wells Fargo.
At Wells Fargo. Yes. So Nova plays there tonight.
No.
They're in the
West.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah,
they're in San Antonio.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know.
Man, that place would have been on fire if Nova.
Can you imagine? That's what I said to a friend of mine. I went with. I said, can you imagine if Nova was here? My God, the place would be nuts. But yeah, like I said,
Grade Ape was a cartoon character from the 70s, old man. It's actually Grape Ape Al.
It's Grape Ape Al.
Get your shit right. Firing at the
Pattison Ave Phanatics. That's Hanna-Barbera right there.
That's right. And it's Grape Ape.
Hanna-Barbera is a local guy. So there you go.
Yes.
It was funny. Like a lot of Carolina fans there last night too, which was good to see. They did represent, and the St. Peter's. I tell you, those fans, they did represent them.
Well, they're right up the road.
Jersey,
they're what? Jersey City. Jersey City.
Yep.
So,
as the coach said, we have a bunch of New York guys and Jersey guys.
It's New York.
So it's kind of like a home. It was a home game for them guys.
Jersey City.
I'll tell you, those kids played hard. They really did. They played hard.
Hoboken. So, here we go. Off the rails already. Good morning, Fooge. Good morning, Rob Hefner.
What's up, Fooge?
What's up, Sean Kilran. Thank you guys for checking in nice and early on this fine Saturday morning. We saw some life out of the bench, out of the Sixers bench last night, it seemed.
I thought he lit that spark the other night when both Embiid and Harden sat.
Right.
They played really well on that game. The bench did.
Okay, right. The home game.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he lit the bench up that night, and hopefully this continues because they really need the bench.
That was my next question. Can this continue? It has to continue, in my opinion, because without that bench playing some semblance of decent basketball, they're not going anywhere.
No, and I mean the thing is that for this bench, they have to have the hot hand now,
right?
And be comfortable because, like I said, on the Get Process shows, these guys are going to be not getting like 20, 30 minutes.
No.
These guys are getting like 10, 12 minutes. They have to come out and perform in a short window. It's a hard job to be a bench player in the NBA because you have to perform in such a small window of time.
Right.
And you don't have a lot of expectations on you, but still,
you have to be productive.
You have to be productive.
Yeah, and you're coming in cold, because pregame shoot around is nice and all, but you're coming in at minimum a few minutes into the game, but usually a few more than a few minutes into the game, depending on foul trouble and injuries and stuff like that.
Well, in the playoffs, just like in hockey, the bench gets shorter.
It does. The rotations get shorter though as well.
Yes.
Well, that's why I think this bench is going to be a 3 or 4 man bench in the playoffs.
That's what I think.
You keep saying that.
I think it's going to be rotational in the sense of who our opponent is.
Right.
So, like, we're gonna those 3 or 4 guys are not always going to be the same from series to series.
Right. No, they're not. And the first 2 series take like half a year to play.
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it does because they spread them out. Like if you play one game and it's wait 4 days and play another game.
Yeah.
And in those games you're going to see bench players playing, because they're really trying to
Which
rest.
is a good thing, I think, because
Well, yeah,
that
I
gives
agree,
them.
Dave.
Well,
Yeah,
it gives your starters that
Sure.
rest they're going to need for the real
playoffs,
stretch.
right?
The real stretch, the last two series are
I mean,
just
does
monstrously
a
difficult.
Korkmaz get hot? Does a Shake Milton get hot at this?
And you
at
can
the
figure
right
that
time,
out. You can figure that out and
Yeah, like
still
a
steal
Yang
series.
type.
Right, that's a
Yeah.
good thing. I mean,
Yeah, I
it
think
can't
it's a good
hurt.
thing.
Absolutely.
But I mean, guys are going to disappear once those last two series.
Oh, sure they will,
They're
you know.
they're just going to be fixtures. At the
And
end
even
of the
Big Paul
bench
had
and
8 points last night. You know, so
Oh, my
he's.
God.
I mean,
Oh, he had a nice steal
that's what
too.
I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
giving him some time, which is a
Look,
good
look,
thing.
I know.
I give the
That-
kid some credit. You're tucked back there behind, obviously Embiid, but then DeAndre Jordan as well. So
Right.
give the kid some
You're
credit.
the third string. Which
He's
is,
taking advantage. Well, at least last night he took a little advantage of the time he had out there.
I would rather him play than DeAndre because DeAndre's a nothing.
Yeah, like what happened
Yeah,
to him?
he
Is he
hasn't-
just
DeAndre's good for 4-6 points a night.
He's just
That's what you should get.
he's shot.
He's a
shot
guy.
player.
He's a guy that's used to being in like a place like Lob City, where he just gets like alley oops and like
right.
Harden was that kind of guy a long time ago, but like this isn't that type of team.
No.
It's not.
No.
And the other thing too with DeAndre Jordan, I think he's like getting older in age, and I think
Yeah, he's done.
I think
He's-
he's
he's-
cooked on.
he's
No,
a
I don't
shot
think. I mean,
fighter.
he's done, but he's still effective on the court.
serviceable.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know,
he is like gets rebounds, obviously.
right. I mean, he's good
But-
like that. You know,
Yeah, and I think like what Joey just said is that this is a different team than it was like maybe like when he was in his prime. Probably.
Yeah, like
Oh,
when it was Lob City when he was with the Clippers, it was easy for him to just get passes from Chris Paul and just dunk it all over people. But now there's not as much. There's rust on those springs. You like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not the same.
hey Sean, thanks for checking in. I definitely agree with you. I think we should see more Paul.
Yeah,
Rachel.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
mind
agree.
seeing more of him,
Yeah.
and like just like Frank was saying, maybe even over DeAndre. Use DeAndre as
Yeah,
your third
I would.
option.
I
He's
would.
got more energy. I mean,
He's
Big Paul-
younger, much younger.
He's got a lot more energy. He's got a lot more hunger. He's got a lot more hustle.
Chutzpah, as
Yeah.
they say.
I think he could be a situational guy that in a playoff when they're resting Embiid, he could just be a net to the number 5 on it.
Because he's relentless.
Yeah.
and he's young. He's got something to
wear
prove.
him out. Just
Yeah.
wear him out.
I mean, this is a guy who's the G League MVP a year ago.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he's a guy who's hungry for this stage. He's got, like you said, Tom, he's got to sit kind of behind a couple people. So, but he's not griping about it.
Right.
He's like, look, I'm going to make the best of my time when I'm on there. I'm going to make you put me in.
Right. Absolutely. And if you're out there younger in the NBA, it's youth. Youth isn't everything, but it is something.
It does help.
And it definitely helps.
Well,
Absolutely.
it helps at this time of the year because the legs are tired on the starters.
Yes.
They are.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's why they do those first 2 series in the playoffs with such a gap for the games because they know that their guy. They know. That
I mean, like play a Sunday, don't play like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's why they do it
Got you.
because they really want the best basketball played at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you just knock down, drag out guys all the way through, the championship series would just be completely boring to watch.
It's so
because
funny.
They
Like
wouldn't have anything left.
you look at this. You look at this conference, and between the first 4 teams, they're all within a game of each other.
Yeah, no, this is
It's
not going to be a fun.
insane.
This is not going to be a fun conference to get
I mean,
out.
Miami's
I don't
only a half
fear
game up
anybody.
on the Sixers, Bucks, and the Celtics.
The interesting thing is, I think about a year or so ago, we said that the West was a gauntlet conference, and we just beat the brakes off the
Right.
Clippers, and they're in like the 8th seed with 36.
They
wins.
are the 8th seed. That's kind of It's
In the West,
in
but
the
you-
West. I know. Well,
I expected to hear more wins out of an 8th seed in the West.
Well,
and I was just
Well,
surprised.
they like us beat the crap out of each other out there.
yeah.
yeah,
You know,
true.
I mean, they all know that. I mean, we don't get to watch the West that often.
No.
And if we do, we really have to go out of our way and stay up
yeah,
until we're ready.
10:30 at night to
Right.
watch the Suns play.
So we don't
Lakers.
know. I mean, we know the intricacies of how the Sixers are going to play the Celtics or how the Nets are going to play us.
Right.
But out there, it's the same thing. They know each other.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and they know how to beat each other. And there's teams that shouldn't beat this team, but they wind up doing it because they know
Yeah.
they know the foibles of the team they're playing. Like the Nets, that's the only team I fear here.
Well,
I don't fear any other team in the East but the Nets.
Now that Kyrie can play home games,
Yeah,
I think that's going to be
I heard a rumor why that happened. Why that they?
I heard because the Yankees.
Yes,
Is that true?
the Yankees run New York City.
Yeah.
And right, Aaron Judge and
A couple other guys.
I think Andy Rizzo too.
no, who's the guy they got from Miami? Gino.
Oh,
John Carlos.
John
Carlos
Carlos
Stanton.
Yeah.
They're both not vaxxed, and the Yankees run New York,
Well, we know that.
and they told the founding fathers in New York, you need to lift this because
So the Mets are like an afterthought.
Because
Yeah.
I think what Michael Wilbon said on PTI a couple days ago, they didn't care if it was the Nets. They said if it was the Yankees, then that's why they left the ban. I think.
well, that's why, because the money, the guys who buy the $2,000 seat
Right.
Yeah.
seats down on the lower level, who run New York City, all the
Listen,
financial guys
it-
said you need to lift this ban now.
So what you're
Right.
saying
With
is,
Philly
if there was no
sports shirt-
baseball season, there would be no vaccination.
With Philly sports shirts last season, I went with Vince and Alan and the whole crew up to Yankee Stadium. The Yankees weren't in playoff contention, but that place was still packed.
Was it?
Yeah.
That place was
No,
still
the Yankees.
packed.
Yankees are.
They're still
I-
selling tickets.
I
It don't
hate
matter.
The Yankees.
The Yankees are to New York what the Eagles are to Philly.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's bigger
I
than
can
that.
see that.
I think I think it's bigger than that.
Well, I mean, it's a bigger city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, but the Yankees are worldwide.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I think I
Okay.
hate
The Yankees,
more
the
than
Yankees,
anything,
and I'm really going to kick myself. for saying
Yankees,
this.
Cowboys, Lakers.
Yankees are the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Yankees are the Cowboys of baseball.
Right. Right.
Because you always see that guy driving down, that loser driving down the highway. He's got
The Lakers, Yankees.
No,
and
no.
Cowboys sticker.
no. He's got the Yankees and the Cowboys sticker. I never see a Lakers sticker.
I
have.
Because then I would drive my truck right into it.
Yeah. And then there's like a flyer sticker on the other side, and you just want to.
You just want to hit them.
Yeah.
No, that's when you see.
Not you, Dave.
That's when you
Get it.
see the Pittsburgh Penguin sticker in the
Oh,
front.
Joe,
That's-
don't
do
do
that.
that to
That's-
me.
Oh, dude,
That's-
don't tell me that.
That's when it all goes wrong.
That's when it really takes the turn.
Yeah.
Penguins. Yeah.
If
Now Wilkes-Barre.
The Quinnies.
let me ask you guys a question: If Thibault could mildly improve his offense, how important would that be to this team, especially going into the playoffs? Even if it was just mildly,
I don't think he has to improve his. I mean, he doesn't have to do it this year. Can't do it this year.
can't really. Yeah.
But what he needs to do is, and I hate saying it this way, he's got to dial back his defense just a little bit.
Why?
Why?
Because he's a starter and he's playing defense like a bench player, and he's given up fouls too early in the game.
To be fair, he was a bench player last year.
Oh no,
he's starting.
But I mean he really needs to adjust quickly
Yeah,
to the fact that he's not a bench player
yeah.
anymore.
He's got to get
He's
out
a
of that
starter.
mentality. He's
And,
got.
and I mean,
So he's playing like a bench player. You're saying.
he's gone in and he's playing with a bench player mentality. Like, I got to go in and do this now,
Right.
but he's got to be in the whole game.
I got you.
You know, he's and I just think he's just not. He hasn't adapted to that yet.
Fuge, I'm going to get into those Brady rumors when we get into the Eagles stuff in a little while here. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
David Salim.
Damon Salim in the studio.
I was 2 minutes off. I was so close.
What time is it?
9:18.
I had 9:20. Oh, I was so
I took the under.
Joe took the
Joey
under.
took the under.
Joey.
Joe took the under.
Good morning, Dave.
What's up, Dave? What's up, brother?
Good to see you.
Morning, Dave.
You're good. You're good. Good to see you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
17-year-old that doesn't want to follow the rules.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, man.
the Smooth just walked in the
Hey,
door.
Hey,
Don't
Dave.
come in my hours.
Hey,
Don't
Dame,
come in the house
Dame,
my hours.
Dame,
Right, right.
Dame,
It's my hours, not
Dame.
yours.
They make duct tape for that.
They also have nice trunks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Best thing you can do is duct tape and then tape his phone to the wall.
Parenting lessons by Pattison Ave Phanatics.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
Good morning, guys. Your boy. Sorry, Good morning. I drunk right in. So what's going on?
No, good.
we are
So
talking-
we were just talking about Thibault and how I said that Tom had said, do you think he can improve his offensive game? And I said, well, he really doesn't need to do that right now. He can't. But what he needs to do is dial back his defense just a little bit because he's playing like bench player.
You think so?
And he's a starter. He gets fouls too early, and they need him. They need him late in the game.
That's a good point.
You know, I mean, they just need him to just stay in front of the guy.
Yeah.
You know, just keep your hands busy and stay in front of the guy. Don't reach in.
He had a nice steal yesterday.
Oh yeah,
I think
he
his
gets great
offense has
ones.
gotten better, man. He's been hitting the three in the
Yeah, no,
5 or 6 games.
Well,
at
his
quarter
confidence,
three.
you could see everybody on that team, their confidence went up after the game the bench game they played the other night.
And
their
unlike
confidence went up.
certain people that play defense, he actually takes a shot. So
Uh-oh.
There we go.
That's a segue. That's a segue into the Ben report.
Hey, Dave, a nice segue there, Frank, to the Ben report.
Oh, you guys want the Ben report?
We want the Ben report.
Might as well. That guy brought it up.
I mean, I just thought I was thinking about this morning, Dave, and
Yes,
and I was looking at a couple sports things, and I said, let's do the Ben report, and I thought of Joey when I did it.
That's
This
just
is
cruel.
gonna be great.
Ben report. Well, Ben is back. He's back with the team. He's get to
Okay.
travel with the team.
Okay.
He gets to sit on the bench. His back is actually getting better.
Okay.
But he still needs he can't do drills yet. But he's still at the time. Coach says that he needs to see more 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s, and 1-on-1s before he can start getting on the court.
Okay. Okay.
But right now he's actually traveling with the team, which is not a bad thing.
Well, listen.
So,
he heard it.
Maybe I think he'll be ready to go.
That's
Yeah. I think he'll be ready to go for playoff time, and we'll see what happens.
that's cute that he sits on the bench. You know what the first 3 letters in bench are, don't you?
yeah, BN.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Right.
Since he stopped carrying her luggage,
But-
now his back will heal.
Yeah, his back is getting. Well,
that's about-
according to Coach Steve, his back is getting better. And
Well, if we didn't kick him out of
Yeah.
town,
Miracle
so
worker.
but
if we didn't kick him out of town so hard, maybe his
Right.
back would be hurting.
If we weren't so cruel to that,
Yeah.
but the good
You know,
news
I
is he
mean-
is traveling with the team, so
last time I checked, he traveled with the team on March.
Well,
10th.
he had to be. That was the one thing he had to do, but he hasn't been with them since.
He hasn't been with them at all.
Right.
It's so
exactly.
complicated to get on a plane, get on a bus. It's
Right.
so complicated.
right?
Well-
Put one foot in front of the other.
Bench Simmons.
First world problems.
That's
I mean, I'm just still trying to understand what does his back have to do with his head?
Not a damn thing.
Well,
it's all
back-
Because last time I checked, he didn't play for the Sixers not because of his back, but because of his head.
And you know what? You know what's good about this? I mean, really good about this. He's going to come back in time for the playoffs,
Mhm.
and,
Which
he
is going to shrink.
and he hasn't played
Right.
with the team yet.
Yeah.
and currently the
This
Nets,
is going to screw them
currently
up.
the Nets are currently the Nets are sitting in the 8th spot in the conference. So
Well, you know what's going to happen? The people are going to double team Kyrie and KD,
and dare
And
Ben
then-
to blink.
and then say, "Here, Ben, take a shot."
Mhm.
I don't do that here. I don't do that.
Yeah.
And then Seth's going to be like, "Pass it to me. Pass it to me."
Hot-
hot
I'm a
potato.
Curry.
Joey, that is your Ben report for the day. I hope you enjoyed it.
It's funny. Like last night, I'm watching the game, man.
That was
I'm
just
like,
cruel, Dave.
You know what?
yeah, that was.
You know
cool.
what?
Actually, I like the Ben report though.
Thank you.
You know what?
Thank
You know what Ben's initials are?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
BS, which is what that report was.
Well, I mean, listen,
Amen,
listen. Here's where I'm like, that number 0, man, really made me forget about him. I told you guys that at the beginning of the
Yeah,
season.
you said that.
Yeah.
He like I have even at the game. I didn't
What's
do
up,
that.
Freddie?
I didn't do the F Ben Simmons.
What's going on,
I-
Freddie?
Ready?
I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking those who did. Like it was fun. It was, I was glad I was there to hear it. But I said it to say like, so I'm looking at the game last night. I'm like, wow, man, for the first time, like everyone's shooting. Doc's starting to figure out this bench. Here's why I say that.
You said you
Starting to figure it out.
okay.
Well, I said this to Tom earlier,
Yeah.
Dame.
Oh, it took
and
him the whole season to figure.
what happens?
No, he had no.
What happens
I'm
with
kidding, I'm
this team's
kidding, I'm kidding.
success
Huh?
if Harden starts feeling it? Like if Harden starts shooting the lights out,
Uh-huh.
like James knows how to do,
Like he did last night. Yeah.
right? If he starts getting into a rhythm,
Uh-huh.
what is this team going to look like in the playoffs?
Well, see the beauty. Here's the thing. Big fella got off early, right?
right.
Yeah.
He gets fat.
Right.
He starts to eat James.
He had
He's
27
had his
last
meal.
night.
Yeah, in 3 quarters.
27
Did not play the
and 10.
4th quarter at all.
Mhm.
Right.
Right? Tobias had a nice set of 12 points.
Mhm.
Didn't really play the 4. So the entire starting unit was in double figures.
And Harden at 29.
Right. And to Joey's point, when he's feeling it, you have to let him go.
Yeah.
You have to let him go.
Yeah.
Now my brother, shout out to my brother. Thank you for your service, Navy. But we had this debate. Frank, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
We're texting. Everyone's so frustrated, right? I need more. I need more. He goes, we should go ahead and get Bill, and I need the offense to run through Maxey. I'm like, whoa. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, my brother said that. I said, whoa, man, wait a second.
What?
Yeah. Why? I said, the big fella's giving us 30 points a game. But Maxey's, I said, yeah, but the big fella's giving you 30. Here's the beautiful thing about Maxey. he doesn't have to carry a team. He's not like he's going to a Sacramento Kings, right? To have to be the man to lead the charge.
No, he's not.
He's having the ball because he has 2 legitimate superstars and a nice complimentary player in Tobias.
Right.
He can just rock out. Are you kidding me? We're
no.
not running the offense through him.
No,
There's no need.
But if he goes,
he died and went to heaven.
If he if Maxi's going to get off when he's in the playoffs, you know Harden and Embiid are going to get theirs. If this guy's scoring 20+ points in the playoffs, game over. I don't care. I don't care who's
game over.
Game over.
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm going to say. You got 25+ coming from Harden and Embiid. That's 50. If Maxi,
you can rock big fella in that 30.
No, I understand. I understand.
He tripped over 27 yesterday.
No, I understand.
Came out of the game. He could have had 40.
I'm lowballing.
Could have had 40 if he played last.
I know.
That's become
So,
a
Lowball the big fella.
So, I'm trying to take some weight, that piano off of his back. But Maxi getting 20 points on top of all that, I mean, that's 70 points.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Before Tobias gets involved, before the defense gets involved, before Thibault, any of those guys.
The difference with Maxi is, and I mean,
That's if they're on.
Damien,
Joe.
you'll remember
Not gonna be
this.
on every night.
You'll remember this. I mean, Maxi. I mean, he reminds me so much of Tony.
Oh,
Yeah, he does. He does. And I mean, the Sixers had a great team without
That's
without
kind of a stretch,
Tony.
isn't it? But go ahead.
Without Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they put Tony in the lineup, and Tony broke ankles.
Because he used to battle Lionel Simmons for the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Lionel Simmons was
Tony had two-
Lionel Hollins, excuse me.
Tony had
I'm
two
sorry,
bad
I'm going to say
ankles.
Lionel Hollins.
Lionel Hollins,
Lionel
yeah.
Hollins, excuse
Tony
me.
had
Lionel
two bad
Hollins.
ankles, not just one.
No. I know, but that was the end of his career. I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about the first 4 years of his career when he
Okay.
was healthy.
As he was Boston Triangle, you mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That.
And he was a good defender.
Oh my God, he was unbelievable. But that is what I see Maxi being.
That's a good point.
That's what I see him becoming because he's got Tony's step. He's got his first step. And when you're worried about Harden on one side and big fella underneath, and then this kid comes knifing through, it's like what and if he doesn't want to knife through, he steps back and bombs it through.
This
Yeah,
but
Tony
this
could shoot the
angle-
lights out too. So
Yeah,
we
but
know
this
that.
angle-
That was Tony. That was
the
Tony.
shot, James, is crazy.
Yeah. He's,
How's he doing that?
what a shot!
The angle layup.
Oh my God, that is
How
so
is he
pretty.
doing that?
Yeah.
That is so pretty.
It is.
Yeah.
It is when he does that, he just like wanders in and flips it around. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like he decided, you know what? If these two guys come at me, I'm not even gonna go get knocked down. I'll just lay it off a little longer, Joey. Like, you know what I mean? From a distance, and he's on the money.
I
This
know.
is the
It's just
first.
crazy to watch.
This isn't even the first year that he's paired with these two now.
I know.
Now imagine the long-term plan and what this kid's gonna
Imagine a
become.
long-term plan with 20 more pounds on his frame.
You think he needs to put a little bit more weight on?
I think he needs
It wouldn't
the muscle.
hurt. It
He
wouldn't.
need-
You don't
he
think it'll
needs-
hurt the guy?
No,
No, I
he
don't
needs the
think
upper
it'll hurt.
body muscle. You
Because he
look
gets
at him-
knocked down a little bit. He
Well-
does get, but he's strong as hell. He gets back up.
Yeah, but imagine him with 20 more pounds.
Yeah.
But will that affect his speed?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
No. That's not
20
no.
more pounds of muscle is
No.
going to hurt him.
No, that's not going to hurt him. I think,
Effective speed in what way? He's already faster than most of the people on the court.
Yeah, he's freaking.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was back and forth. I spoke to Cuz this week about that. Like, do you have him come off the bench? This is before going back to with the bench. What's Doc starting to do? He's putting people in a position to be successful, i.e. Shake, i.e. Korkmaz.
Shake's
I'm
coming
not,
around again.
I'm not going to play you a whole bunch of minutes.
right.
I'm going to give you this nice stretch of 6 minutes,
Yeah.
TK, and make the best out of him. Shake makes the best out of him, Korkmaz. Make the best out of him, Danny
We were
Green.
concerned about Shake for a while. But then,
Well, he's
you
come
know,
off an injury,
is
you
that what it
know,
is too? Okay.
Yeah.
and but I
He's
like
starting to get back to shake form.
yeah, and just mix it up a little bit. I thought he should have taken hard now.
And you
a
don't
little bit
even
earlier
need
last
Shake
night.
to be in like a
Right.
year,
No.
2 year ago Shake form.
No.
You
No,
need
you
a
don't.
half of that.
No,
And if any more you can get, it's just a
Yeah,
bonus.
yeah, that's
just a bonus.
icing.
Yes.
Right.
but when they move
Exactly.
that basketball, they can't be stopped.
No.
That's
When they create that space, that's it. It's deadly.
It's a bit,
deadly.
and Yang, he was a little cold. He'll pick back up.
Yeah.
He'll get heated up.
I think
So-
Harden's been playing rope a dope for the last two
you,
weeks.
you do.
Yeah.
I think it's still
I
a
think-
matter.
I
I think he's going to continue
No,
into
but
the playoffs.
I think he sat down with Doc, and Doc said, "I got to get this bench going." And he goes, "All right, well, just
Let me
Well,
know when you want me up there.
So here was the
See
thing,
what-
though. he was trying to get man. He like Allah said something deep last night. He had like at one point like 4 assists, but it felt like he had like 8. He wound up with 7.
Yeah.
It felt like he had more assists than he ended up with.
I agree.
I don't know why. And Allah said, I'm like, Allah, I'm feeling the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's because he
Who,
passed
Harden?
Yeah.
Didn't he end up with 15?
He had 15 rebounds.
15
rebounds.
He only had 7.
But he had 7 assists.
But it felt like that.
felt like
because-
12.
No,
yeah, it did.
yeah, but it's because he passed it off, and then the person he passed it off to passed it off and scored immediately.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but Maxey only had 11 last night. That's all he had.
At least Harden's not like, why
But you remember those guys didn't play the 4.
That's true.
I thought he should have pulled Harden earlier than what he did.
We were talking before the show, or I don't know, right when we started before you got here, thinking about Paul Reed and how I thought I like the young lad. I'd like to see a little
Big
more
Paul.
out of him.
Me too. He gets the ball, man. I think Doc should trust those guys a little bit more. I'm seeing how he's using DeAndre. All I need you to do is rebound, and if you get an alley-oop, fine, block a shot. I'm not expecting you to do what Drummond did. I'm not expecting you to do what Andre the Drummond did.
Right.
So I'm starting to see,
Drummond.
and Frank talked about it last week, where you're starting to see him shape around with what he has because you have that unique player that I'm still honestly I'm like learning Harden again. I'm just like I'm learning them all over again.
Yeah, the only one that scares me is Tobias.
Are we
Why?
9 games left?
I don't think he's found it.
No,
Okay.
dude, he's coming out that corner, Joey, hitting that 3.
Dude, his
I'm not as worried about
Oh,
that.
I'm thinking sitting around.
his points per game since
Yeah, but they're
Harden-
going to. Someone's
He had the
going to go
26
down.
point. The other night, they all had 20. He had 20.
Maxey's points went up.
The other night, he
Maxey's
had 20.
points
They all
went
had
up.
21, 24.
Embiid's points
Not
went
worried about
up.
him.
Well, Maxey's been up and down.
Well, no, but since Harden came here, Maxey's
Man,
points have
Maxey's-
gone up. Embiid's points have
Tobias
even
has
gone
gone down.
Right, but someone is going to.
Yeah, but I mean,
Someone is
Well, no,
going to
it's
take
not
the
so much.
bullet.
You know what? It's not so much his points per game. Is there's times when the 4 of them are on the court together that he looks lost.
See, I feel like they need to have him come off the bench.
Who, Tobias?
Tobias. I think they need to bring in someone like a Niang or Danny Green to shore up more defense.
Dame, I've been saying that. I said
on
this
the starting lineup.
Dame, I said this on the process show that we did on Thursday night. They don't play defense. They just don't.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying
That's
about.
how they're beating. They're beating teams.
If you
like,
have,
they're scoring 125.
if you in the
they're
starting,
winning games like that.
if you're
But they played
starting,
defense last night.
if you're doing the starting lineup and you have 3
Okay, one night.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say
I'm
it's all
saying
with
in
that.
previous games, if you've seen.
So here's what's go. I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
If you have 3 stud offensive guys in that
Last
starting
night-
lineup,
Last night they did, but
right? But what I'm saying is Maxey, Embiid, and Harden. Okay, then you have someone like Danny Green and Thibault that can just focus on the defense.
Danny Green's got to get that shot back. He's missing.
But he doesn't. Like that's the thing.
I think he's
Is he
halfway
has to
from
just
being
put the
done.
D down. Like he.
yeah, but
if-
Danny Three can pop threes, and he's not.
But
it's not
here's the
happening.
thing: everyone who's sitting here going, "Well, we need more shooting. We need more shooting." No, we're outscoring teams. We need more defense.
No, you're right.
We need more
I'm-
rebounds.
And,
That's what
and,
I'm
and
saying.
so here was
For
the
the
problem
most
that I thought was the defense. My brother says the same thing about the defense. I don't think it's as bad. Here's where it looks bad. When they play 1-on-1 and they miss the shot, now you have these runouts.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you notice when they move the ball and they score, they're able to get back on D
Yes,
and
right,
set up. It's when that 1-on-1
No,
and
their,
all of a
their
sudden
transition game sucks. Their
it's
transition
yeah,
game
terrible.
sucks.
Soon as
It's
that-
terrible.
Do we play
Soon as Ben
2-3?
left, you knew their transition game was going to go downhill.
Yeah.
So do we play a 3-2 or 2-3?
No, you just continue to move the ball and get better shots. And even if you miss it, you have somebody back there on. But when you're taking that 1-on-1 and the guy is like, you know how it goes.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, see,
You know how it goes.
that's why I feel like, because think about this: if Embiid is the only one underneath the basket when you're on the offensive series, then he's the only one who's going to be battling for an offensive rebound.
Right.
If you have someone else, because Tobias isn't going to go underneath the key,
Mhm.
he's meant to stay out there in the corner.
Right.
Danny Green just they need to focus on offensive rebounds and defense.
Yeah, but Joe, nobody plays offensive rebounds in the NBA anymore.
Well, they should. It's second chance
No,
points.
I understand I understand the second chance points, but that, believe me, you're preaching to the choir about that. But that's not the way that game's played anymore. It's back and forth. It's back
Paul
and
Reed
forth
can grab a few
basketball.
of those bad boys.
Yeah,
when
but
he's out there. But I hear what you're saying though.
you know, I mean, that's not how the game
It's because-
plays.
it's
It's
because that
all
three-
up and down. It's score.
And that
'cause that's what they
3-point
want.
shot prevents that because you get
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, you get the long- yeah.
That's why you had a guy like Westbrook pull up when he had an open lane the other night, pull up from 3-point line instead of taking the easy layup.
Yeah,
It's like,
but-
what the hell's wrong with you?
But see,
Yeah.
Joe, here's the thing. People say, first of all, he's not going to bring him off the bench. The money. That's
No,
not.
I understand that.
But here's why I'm saying I'm okay with his role. It's those matchups that Doc figures out, and then, like even last night he was starting to get off. I mean, I think he would have had he played the fourth. He probably had like 18 points. He finished with 12, a good
Right.
12. He comes out to hit those threes. It's a matter of matchups with that. So with that lineup, it's a matter of continuing to figure it out. Yeah, they're going to outscore people. You're going to lag. You normally it averages out because when you have more offensive power,
Offense, yeah.
your chances are you're going to have a lack of defense.
Sure,
but if they can get back, play a little bit like they did last night, they'll be fine.
I'm not asking them to play Villanova
I got
defense.
what you're
And you know what, Damon? I'm really not worried about the transition defense game because that doesn't equate in the playoffs. In the playoffs, it all becomes half court.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with their half court defense.
Right.
You know,
Man on man,
it's
it's-
adequate. It's
man on
It's
man.
adequate. That's a good
It's
word.
it's an adequate
agree.
that can compete in the playoffs.
Man on man, especially half court defense, it's when you do matchups, which that's what half court defense really
Yeah,
puts
right.
you in.
Right.
We outdo most of
Yeah,
any team
right,
in the
right.
league.
Well, we have superior athletes.
Well, here's what Doc does to that half court. So now you have your cornerback, Thibault, right? On the
Right.
half court. He's roaming around, playing whatever. And then he can put Tobias on like he did. Okay, DeMar DeRozan, you're getting off. Tobias, you'll stick him, right? You'll slow him down a little bit. You're
Right.
not going to stop him,
Right.
but you can slow him down a little bit. So he has that maneuverability. And then here's what I would say. I know everyone's afraid of the Nets. I mean, I don't care who, whatever, but you can always put the big fellow on Durant. You're not going to stop him.
No.
Nobody's
Nobody
gonna stop.
stops Durant.
You can
Nobody
slow him
stops
down.
him.
Yeah, but no one's going to
You-
stop Embiid on
Nobody's
that
going
team
to stop
either.
Embiid.
I know.
They're an equalizer.
I know.
Yeah.
They're an equalizer. Those two
Right.
guys are equalizers.
No,
Okay.
They all are stars, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. I know we go before we go. So I get a text. And I text my brother and another buddy. I said, "This is why I don't miss the guy. Your boy Jimmy did it again, TK."
Yeah, my next question.
We were talking
My
about
next question.
What's your question?
What, you want to fight?
After-
Dave, you want to fight?
After seeing how Butler acted in Miami, would anybody still want him here?
I didn't miss him when he left.
I didn't miss him when he left.
I want him and Antonio Brown on the same team. I want him and Antonio Brown
Throwing,
on the same team.
throwing a little TO for good measure.
Oh yeah.
Well, you think about it. Chicago, he had issues. Minnesota, he had issues. He had issues here with Brett Brown, right? And now
And Ben.
and Ben,
And
right?
Ben.
And now Miami.
Right.
Is it the team or is it him?
No, it's him.
And then
At some
Haslam's not
point-
having that.
At some point, you have to say it's the player if
Yep.
he's going from team
It
to
was
team.
always him.
So
Right.
I agree.
Butler just
It was
rolled
always
in.
him.
He just rolled
Well,
in
I'm
the
just
locker
saying-
rooms.
It's in Philly when he left, people blamed either Brett Brown or Ben.
Right.
But
And
now
we're
you're
upset about
starting to see a little bit
Oh
more
yeah.
of the true
That-
player.
No,
that
every
means-
every locker room he rolls into, he just says,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
"It goes nuts, man."
Yeah. And he hasn't won it. Listen, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
He's not an elite player.
He's not going to win anything this year.
Because we said it before, he'll give you 30, and then the next night might give you 17.
Right.
They're in free
You know.
fall. They're in
Well,
free-
I've
free
never
fall.
seen Eric Spoelstra go off like
So wait a
that.
minute.
Yeah.
So James,
Never.
they're a half a game up. Miami's a half a game up in the conference.
On the
Not for
Sixers,
long.
yeah.
On the
On the
Sixers.
Sixers,
long.
right?
Not from. Does that? I was going to
Miami's next game's against
I
Brooklyn.
was going to ask you.
believe.
Right, it is.
Oh,
but
we
I
really
was
need
gonna ask
Miami to show up.
Do the Sixers get that one seed, or does Miami keep it?
Good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
I think-
since the Butler turmoil got the worst out of them,
Mhm.
I think it might be an open shot now. The Sixers to get the first place seed now.
Okay.
Since like Butler's are getting like
I-
freaking enemies with the coach.
Right. I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
I would-
I was wondering what you guys think about it because
I would much rather.
I
have
still
the
think Miami
Sixers
gets
in
the number one
third
seed. But
Not with the
Your
one.
next celebrity
I'd rather
boxing
see him with the
match,
third.
Eric Spoelstra versus Jimmy Butler.
One. Let's go for it.
UFC.
you want
No,
the Cavs
no
in the first-
Oh,
scared
wait,
skates.
boxing.
No scared skates, TK.
If they get the
Wow.
third seed, they can go with the
No
Cavs in the
scared
first round.
skates.
Celebrity
What's that?
death match,
Cavs in the
Joe.
first
Yes.
They'll kill the Cavs.
Yes.
It'll be a
kill the
handicap
Cavs.
match. Him and Logan Paul.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My Lord. No, I mean it's interesting.
The legit
I mean-
shithead.
They're on a 3-game losing streak. They lost to the Knicks last night.
Yeah, they did.
Who did? The
The Heat.
He
Heat?
next beat them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
there you go. There's your
Jimmy
team.
Butler.
There's
Well,
your
what's going to
team.
happen is he's going to
He's
get
playing
traded.
well.
Bill's
They
gonna,
lost to the
they're going to
Knicks
get
last
Bill.
night.
They're going to get Bill next
Well,
year.
you know
Bill's
who
gonna go
showed
back
up,
to the Heat.
Dave?
They're going to
Who's
trade.
that?
Julius Randle.
There you go.
Julius Randle
My
showed
man,
up.
Julius Randle.
Oh, you love Julius.
I
Randle.
do. He's a good player.
Would you take
Probably
Julius
on your
Randle
card.
over Tobias right now?
No.
Decision.
No.
Okay, just curious.
Nah, I don't think I would do that.
I would.
It's a tougher decision than I thought it would be.
I want to get Dame's reaction on a comparison that I shot out there about Maxey on Get Processed.
Okay.
What'd you say? I remember.
I basically put a comparison, not right now, but he's growing into it, comparing Maxey's game to a John Morant. Like, he's not there yet, but he's getting there. There's glimpses.
So somebody made a statement to say John Morant was better than Allen Iverson, and your boy Stephen A.
You're
Smith
out of
went
your
off.
mind.
Stephen A. Smith went off.
You are
Your
out
boy
of
Stephen, no, that's what he went off. He did not like that. Steve, your boy did not like that. So my thing is, I don't even want to compare him to him. I would more so Iverson, just because Iverson is ours homegrown, and because he and Morant only like a year apart as far as experience. So I was more so look. I mean, I see that. I think Morant is a little bit more athletic than he is. I think he's a little bit more athletic. John Morant.
Dan
Just a little bit
Iverson.
more. No. I think John Morant is a little bit more athletic than Maxey.
Oh.
well, like I said, I don't think Maxey's there yet. I think
I heard Iverson. I heard the comparison.
Right.
Iverson. I'm like,
No,
what?
because someone said this week that Morant was better than Iverson.
that's
And
ridiculous.
Stephen A. Smith went off on that. He's like, "What are you talking about?
That's
crazy."
a ridiculous.
And what
statement.
happens is they're ready.
Joe want to give that
Say
guy
no
his
to
cane.
drugs is what I'm saying.
Joe,
that's not even
Joe,
close. I
Joe,
mean,
send that guy your cane.
no,
Oh.
He's blind.
But don't worry about that.
damn.
I mean, that guy's already got pains in
He's a
so
pain.
many places because
Yeah.
he's been dropped on his head too many damn times.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the
Jesus
thing
Christ.
that we have to
a
look at.
blind man can see that Allen Iverson has more athleticism than most of the point guards in the league, even now.
Allen Iverson was
There's nobody in the league that has his athleticism.
Correct.
his quickness,
His
his
quickness.
toughness.
No, there's nobody in the league right now you can compare
Right.
to Iverson.
Yeah, it's just
No.
Maybe in a spurt, but not for the season long.
But
not for
what
the
I'm
long.
saying. What I'm saying, Dame, is
Hmm.
I could see Tyrese Maxey
Hmm.
turning into a John Morant skill wise. He's not there yet,
okay.
but I could
Possibly.
see
I see what you're
that.
saying. I can see that. I mean, like I said, I'm liking this dude's hitting these 3-pointer
I know.
in the fourth quarter at a ridiculous clip, James. I mean, it's like it's a nice other option. Like I said to Cuz, and people were talking about the bench. You're going to need that one bench player or two that takes over a game in the playoff, a game or so.
There's always that one guy.
There's always that one guy.
Yeah,
And the other
I
thing,
agree.
if big fella is having a little foul trouble, if Harden struggling, you have Max. You can, the clip, like that's
Yeah.
a nice thing to have
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
I'm like, and here's the other thing no one talks about. For people to say that the process failed, 3 of your starters you drafted in the first round.
Look,
That's part of the
this
process.
team.
3
This
of your
team.
starters that you
look,
that
they
you
can
drafted
say
in the first round
they can say the process
They-
failed, but the team is where they are right now
because of the process.
because of the process.
Absolutely.
It's
Everything that they did
It may have
during
been 8 degrees of separation,
Unless-
but it
unless-
got there.
But I mean, it's just the way it happened.
Just the way it happened.
Everything that
Yep.
they benefited from in
Right.
the process has culminated in what is
Yeah.
on this court right
in
now.
order for you to be able to say that the process completely failed, not only any player that you drafted during the process would have to be gone, but anything you got in return for anybody
Exactly.
that was in so the process is
Exactly.
still chugging along.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
and not like what you said, TK. So
That's why it's called a process.
Hinky
Exactly.
loved draft picks, right?
Yes, he did.
So we give up Fultz. That's how we get Maxey.
That's right. That's right.
Draft pick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boston. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. That's a payback from the Tatum deal. Even though Danny Ainge was never going to take Fultz.
Don't.
No, Danny Ainge was never taking Markelle Fultz. That was part of the deal. I tell people that, dude, he was not
My
taking
brother,
Fultz.
I got a brother in California, right? and when they were talking about doing that deal, my brother and I were talking on the phone. He says, they're talking about a deal with Boston. I went, man, I don't do deals with Danny.
Do not deal with Danny Ainge.
There's a reason why even in the NFL, like when we
Yeah.
made the deal with the Cowboys to go up above the Giants in a season or two ago, it's like, oh God, we got to get
These
in
certain
bed.
people we don't deal
We,
with.
we have to
Yeah.
get in
You know-
bed with
do you-
the Cowboys.
Do you know who Danny Ainge reminds me of? He reminds
A
me of
cockroach.
Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate.
Oh my God!
That's Danny Ainge.
Yeah. Oh my God! What a great movie!
I'm a fan of man.
And now you got Brad Stevens in there trying to,
And Brad Stevens is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just trying to be the good guy.
I feel about Danny Ainge and trading with them like I feel about trading with the Dodgers because the Dodgers They don't give you anything without robbing
Nothing.
you. Without
And the
robbing
Lakers
you.
robbed us too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
The
Lakers
Bynum
rob
deal.
everybody.
They're the Bynum deal.
No, we're not exclusive in that. The Lakers rob everybody.
So Howard the other day looked pretty good.
By the way, LeBron.
Dwight Howard?
I agree with Joe Sheeran that LeBron
I
is
was
Howard.
watching him in LA.
Oh,
All right.
He's worried about the scoring title.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't look bad.
But he's not getting. He's not currently in the lead. Embiid is.
Yeah,
Embiid is.
but I know Embiid is, but he didn't want to go in that game because he knew
He would get embarrassed.
he would get embarrassed and
Yeah.
not score.
right.
So he's
that
timing
still
it.
means he's afraid.
I guarantee you, by the end of the season, he's going to wind up winning the scoring title because he's going to play less time. And he's going to cherry pick his
two games
Yeah.
against the
Cherry pick.
Sixers. Two
Yeah.
games against the Sixers. 0 attendance.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play.
It's like a Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he pulled a Ben Simmons.
I know he's,
The knees were bothering him, Joey. Come on.
I know he's second in scoring now.
finish one.
And
Look, his overall stats.
Mhm.
I am not a LeBron is the greatest of all time person.
I'm
I'm
not
not,
either.
even close.
He's not
No.
even. I
And-
love LeBron. He's a
No,
he's a great
he's a
player.
great
But he's not
player.
close.
But the record that like where he is on the all-time assists, all-time points, he's in second place all-time in
Scoring.
points behind
Yeah.
Kareem. And where is he assists all-time? Like 4 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
But he's played 19 years.
right.
Right.
But at the end of all of it, statistically is one thing. But what my eyes see,
Exactly.
what your
The eye
eyes
test.
see
The eye
is
test.
another. He's not past Kobe in my eyes.
No,
No,
Not
I've
even
been
close.
saying that. I said, how do you
Well,
bypass Cole?
that's what drives me nuts about LeBron.
I put it in this line of succession. Jordan is
Rob Hefner just said it really well there.
Damn.
LeBron is an
Damn, Rob.
asshole.
What did he say? I missed it.
He said,
Yeah, he
Rob's
said
an-
LeBron is an asshole.
But well, yeah. But Jordan
Well, he's not that.
Jordan is the GOAT.
Jordan's
but-
always the GOAT.
But
it doesn't matter.
Kobe's the finisher.
Mm.
Kobe is the finisher.
That's what I'm saying. Comparing LeBron to Jordan is like that was the
But then
dumbest thing I ever
LeBron-
heard. You
I
can't do
consider
that.
LeBron the specimen because
He's a
no one
specimen.
saw him like a guy that could do what he did at that size.
Right.
LeBron's special.
what
He's
he
special
did.
though.
He's
You
a
know,
specimen.
I mean, I
He's a
give,
freak.
I give him
is.
credit
Yeah.
because he was anointed that coming out of high school, and he
He lived up to
lived
it.
up to it.
He lived
But
up to it. Yeah.
the thing that is going to bother me because I'm a Kareem fan, and Kareem, no one talks about him. He's only won just as many
It's
titles
true.
as Jordan, one
Yeah.
at UCLA,
I
all-time
agree.
leading scorer. So
I
now
agree.
with LeBron, he'll probably catch him next year.
You mean Lou?
Yeah, Lou Alcindor, yeah. He'll probably catch him.
Sorry.
Nah,
Alright, good there.
but he, they'll talk about him more than they talk about Kareem.
Look,
I know what it's about with Kareem. It's a lot of political stuff behind that. So
now, listen,
but
listen,
But that skyhook will never die.
listen.
no one's ever
this-
duplicated other than Magic, and they
this-
never done.
This conversation always eliminates one guy.
Who's that?
So,
Will.
Well,
yeah.
And that's another one. That's why you can't.
It's not
compare
even another
greatness.
one.
You can't
I'm sorry.
compare
It's not
greatness.
another
If you're
one.
gonna go there, just go Bill
That's a good
Russell
point.
No,
too. You gotta
no,
go Bill Russell too.
how many chips does Russell have?
a million.
11.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
11, right?
At least
13,
But-
11 or 13, something
Something
like
But
that.
none of
But
them.
they only have 4 teams back.
None
then.
of those other guys.
No.
None of those. None of those other guys did what Wilt did. And
No,
Wilt,
and they changed the game.
Wilt
They
changed the game.
They changed the game.
Okay,
for
he
you.
was transformative.
That's right. That's
Okay,
right. That's right.
and
Didn't
I
see him play, but I
I
got to admire
did.
that.
I saw him play not early in his career, late in his career. I know you saw him play, right? But at the end of his career, and even at the end of his career, when he's only getting like 11 minutes a game,
Mhm.
he was still dominant.
Damn.
And I mean, like,
No, my uncle
I
said the
heard there
same
was-
thing. Frank, my uncle goes, "No, man, that's he was
I
the
heard
best."
there was one game that Will had 55 rebounds. in one
There's-
game.
yeah,
yes,
There is
Dude, he averaged.
55.
Did he average 30 rebounds a
30,
game?
35, 35
That's
a game.
insane.
Yeah, I don't
Frank,
care what.
yeah,
I
yeah,
heard
that's
I heard a
wild.
comparison to something you had brought up on the show a couple like a month or so ago about
55
Will.
rebounds?
I heard that so you had said something, I believe it was you, who said that Wilt played volleyball.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
Do you realize that Embiid
Yeah.
also played volleyball?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, let me tell you
Was
something.
he taller than the net?
It's a shame. It's a shame. I don't think Embiid is going to be able to stay healthy enough long enough.
Let's not go there.
No, well, I mean, you know, to a
Just reality is probably
the reality is
Oh, no.
to establish Wilt kind of career stats, he'd have to play another 12, 14 years.
I don't see that.
And I just don't see that.
No,
I don't see it.
no.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, I think he can get 8, but I don't think he can get 12 or
I think
14.
make it 6 if you're
Yeah.
lucky.
But if you were to take them in their time span, you could compare, you can compare Embiid's athleticism to Wilt's.
Yeah.
But Wilt, like 1 year they told Wilt, well, he scores a lot of points, he gets a lot of rebounds, but he don't help nobody. Well, he led the league in assists the next year, averaging something like 32 assists.
It's
averaging 32 assists,
55 rebounds.
I know.
Get over that.
I wonder. This is going to be a crazy thing I'm about to say, and I'll never know this. I wonder how much he really loved the game of basketball in the sense of. No, let me rephrase it. Loved the NBA because he played for the Globetrotters, right?
Right.
He did. That's right.
And I don't know what all that was about. I hear different stories, but it seemed like he realized one of those guys, I could do whatever I want. So why not try it? Why not see? They say I'm not a good defender.
Right.
Oh, I'll just or help anybody else. I'll lead the league in assists. Like it was almost like, all right, I'll show you. But it wasn't a big deal to him. It wasn't like, this is just me off the head. I don't know any evidence of this, but I'm just interested because I'm like, wow, this guy was really that talented. Yeah, he ran track.
He just do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, it's like he's just crazy.
Just literally whatever he wanted.
He's the Babe Ruth.
Well, he
of
towered
basketball.
over everybody. My God.
He's the Babe Ruth of basketball.
And I don't mean to say, I'm sure he loved the game. Let me rephrase. I'm sure he loved the game.
You can't play it as long as he did.
Well, I know
Not
what
to love
else
it,
he loved.
but it's just like it was that easy to him. It seemed like to me, it was just like,
Well, yeah, it was easy.
you know what I mean? Maybe
It
that's
was
what I'm
easy
trying to say.
Yeah,
like
it was
that
easy to him.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
toyed
he
with
did.
the
Like he literally, if he wanted to, could have put on pads and been like a tight end, a quarterback, anything in the NFL. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Someone said they were trying to. No, what other sport were they trying to get him in? It wasn't a wrestling ring. Something crazy they went in.
Well, he did do wrestling. Like
it was boxing.
like messing around, didn't he? Did he mess around with wrestling? Like
he
after
met
his basketball.
They were talking about doing some kind of celebrity match with him and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then they measured the reach.
Yeah.
And he had
crazy.
He had like a 9-inch reach. On
Yeah.
Muhammad.
It was like, nah, that's not good.
That's not gonna happen.
And then I saw your boy
butterfly sting like a
and Too Tall Jones.
Ed
was boxing.
Jones.
Yeah, I remember when.
Remember he knew that boxing?
I remember when they went
He
in the ring.
stepped away from the Cowboys.
Then he went back into football.
They went back into football because he realized boxing.
thing didn't work out.
Boxing ain't no way to make a living.
I had 2 sparring matches, man, as a
So
kid.
did I.
Man, boxing is no
way to make a living.
Oh man, I can just street fight. No.
You would think Herschel Walker would have learned from that guy then, because Herschel Walker went into like UFC.
Herschel did ballet. He was ballet. He did ballet.
No, he did.
Herschel was a ballet guy.
But he did UFC too.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I know he did ballet.
Is that why
I
he's
didn't know
staying?
that.
Is that
He
why
did
he's
the
saying the
UFC.
dumb things he's saying? In
Yeah, he's
Jordan right
out
now?
of pocket.
Apparently, of his
I don't really rock
of his
with him.
own accord, he fought off a mountain lion with his bare hands.
Yeah,
Who,
okay.
Herschel?
Yeah.
No, Wilt
Yeah.
Chamberlain.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong
He
guy.
also
Yeah.
said he did 20,000 women.
Well, we did the calculations, my cousin and I.
What was that
And
like
what did it come out
14
to?
a night or something?
14 and a half.
Wow.
Wait.
Yeah.
They're called little people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 14. Listen, man. Like wow. I
That's
have
all you can say
nothing
is
for that.
wow.
Yeah,
He's an equal opportunity
I don't have anything
person.
for that, man.
Can't say anything about
But
that.
you just have to envision these guys like they're making ridiculous. Even back then, it was ridiculous money. The women.
Well,
it was
for
like
then,
getting
it
an
was.
apple.
Back then, it was
opportunity.
ridiculous money.
It was ridiculous
Yeah,
then.
Today is ridiculous money.
Today it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous money.
Well, no,
It's
I mean,
ridiculous money.
in perspective, when he was playing, it was ridiculous money.
Well, then
I'm
you
saying
figure.
at the time it was.
Then
right.
you figure at the Playboy Mansion, there was a lot of stuff going on
oh
back then.
man,
Well, here we go again with the Playboy.
No, that's yeah, boy. It's some dead bodies. The Playboy Mansion. man.
In the grotto.
listen,
Yeah, it's
they
some dead bodies. in
buried
there.
they
under
cannot dig a pit deep enough to hide them bodies.
Nah, man.
I'd love to have the file footage. I would.
Sure you would.
They destroyed those.
You
I'd be
had-
selling that. I would
You
be
had
selling
20
that.
other people.
I'd be selling that stuff for Bitcoin.
Man, that's great. I mean, just wow. Yeah.
Talk about like crypto.com arena. You got everything in LA is fake apparently.
So
Because what was that like the 70s? We're talking about the 70s, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the 70s when stuff was popping.
Well, no, they didn't.
Studio 54.
Yeah.
I'm trying to because
Studio 54.
the LA place was built after the Chicago place.
The LA, the
Chica-
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, the
But
Chicago.
that wasn't around in the 70s, though.
maybe late in the 70s. I'm not sure when he opened it because
Okay.
they were focused in Chicago for years.
Okay. Then
Well,
Don't
okay.
ask
They
me how
used to
I
have a
know
show-
this, but the first Playboy issue was in the 60s.
No. We're
Thank
talking about.
you,
We're not
Mr.
talking
Playboy
about.
Man.
We're not talking about the magazine. We're talking about.
I know.
Yeah. But
And who was on? Do you know?
because when they
No
first
comment.
started, do you remember Playboy After Dark when you were a kid?
Mhm.
Okay. and it was Hugh Hefner and Playboy After Dark. That was all at the Chicago Mansion.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, I didn't even know they had
In
one. Okay.
California, the Playboy Mansion itself was built in 1927,
Right.
purchased by Playboy in 1971 for $1 million.
Yeah, so that's when they started popping,
Okay,
man. In
yeah.
the mid-70s, and all them
When did
pills
you
and
take over?
like-
Is my question.
and
What's
that, and all
When did he
celebs,
take over?
Cosby and all them dudes,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
71.
71?
Yeah.
you know,
Gotcha.
you name it, they were all like, I mean, wow.
Joe, you know that? Were you digging through George's nudie mag stash
Well,
back in the
Oh,
day?
no,
was
my
a young
brother.
Joey have him hidden in the ceiling tiles
Yeah.
above
No,
his bed, the
11
drop ceiling?
11
My-
years difference in me and my brother. It was my brother's nudies.
yeah, my dad's were underneath the bed.
You just happened to find them, right?
And Jimmy Connors, he married the
I'm
centerfold.
resourceful.
I always remember that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow,
resourceful.
Dad, she has some nice legs. You know, she was nice and tall. Nice kneecaps.
I can promise you I wasn't looking at the legs.
All right, rails show off.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Dude, I had a
Listen,
time perfectly,
let's
man. My
finish
dad
this.
left. I went underneath the bed.
Let's
Hey, Playboy had great jokes.
When did the
They had
playoffs
great jokes?
When did the playoffs start?
Playboy magazine. Every kid's dream, man.
This show
Hey,
gets better and better every
did
week.
anybody-
Every kid's dream.
Did anybody catch the Castellanos presser?
Yes.
I
No,
did.
I missed
Okay,
it.
I heard it. Yeah,
Did this
I liked
guy
it.
instantly become a Philadelphia?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd it go? How'd it go?
Did the best quote of the presser was
You catch everything.
he says
I didn't go.
I didn't go to college.
I just hit baseball.
I just hit baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the opposite. I'm
He
the
goes,
I'm the opposite.
He goes, I've
I
hit
can't
homers.
hit baseballs. I just have a college degree.
I've hit homers, but I haven't won anything, and I don't want to start out 0-2.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to start out
I
0-2.
love what he also said. He's like,
I said, man.
I've played 1,000
Yes.
games,
Yes.
and I have yet to
To
hit the playoffs.
playoffs.
Wait,
What?
Will,
Yeah, he said
will we
that.
see him in the preseason, or did he play yet?
He just got here on what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll play next week.
Okay,
He'll play next
just
week.
checking. Okay. Is he
Playing
playing tomorrow?
tomorrow?
Is he?
Oh.
So is Eflin starting this year, right?
He's starting, but we don't know when he's going to be ready.
He's our fifth starter. Isn't he?
I want everybody to pay attention because there's one guy who fixed the Phillies bullpen,
Who's that?
Sir Anthony.
Yeah, Sarah Anthony's
See,
back.
you're- I
Sorry,
think-
sorry.
don't put all your.
No.
Nah, he's healthy.
He's healthy. He was lighting up the gun at 98 this week.
Okay.
Nice.
He came in, struck three guys out. Bang, bang,
And
bang.
Girardi's going
This
to know
is
how
the
to use
guy
him this time.
This is the guy I've been waiting to come back.
He's
Sir Anthony.
if Sir Anthony plays and he's healthy this year,
If they use him right.
Did
No,
Girardi
he's-
dog him the first time?
Well,
he's going to be the eighth inning guy.
right?
I'll understand
Joe-
something.
No, he did. His arm was going. That's why.
I don't know how much longer he has to heal, but you have Sir Anthony doing what he's doing, and you get JoJo Romero back. That's going to be a nice
So
bullpen.
if you're putting Sir Anthony in the eighth inning, where's that put Hannah Familia? My question.
Well, first off, Familia could go dig a ditch somewhere.
I'm with you.
Well, no. Familia becomes the middle guy. Familia becomes the
Sixth,
middle
seventh,
guy.
eighth guy.
Yeah, he becomes that guy that floats.
Okay.
Because this is
Yeah.
a guy that's
And he's
like
fine in that role because
Okay.
that. I mean, I don't think
Then where's that put Hand?
a hand. You got to go with hand at the end. Hand's got to be the closer until
No.
Nah.
Knable.
Knable.
Oh, Knable.
Closer.
Yeah.
For
Well, I
the
mean, you
Canadian.
can't pitch Dominga. You can't pitch Sir Anthony every day.
That's not why you can't. I get that.
You know.
Well, it's going to be
But
an
he's-
Archie Bradley and
Archie Bradley.
but he-
That's
he
right. They got
definitely-
Bradley.
Actually,
No,
listen,
listen,
the point of it is Sir Anthony stabilizes the bullpen.
yeah.
Yes, I agree
Okay.
with that 100%.
He absolutely brings a little more focus onto
Hector's going to Milwaukee, I think, right?
Hector.
Hector's in
Nervous.
Houston.
No, Hector's in Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, he's
With the
in-
Astros.
And I
yeah.
think Archie
Yeah.
Bradley's with the Angels now.
Is that right? Did he go to-
Yeah, I think
Archie
so.
Bradley
Yeah.
left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, your excitement for this Philly season.
I'm pretty amped
Yeah, I can
Because-
see it in your eyes.
because they haven't had a lineup like this in a while.
It's
Now,
been a few years for sure.
and I
it's
mean, like
been a long time.
Definitely
this-
a hitter's
in this-
lineup. I'll give you that.
in
one.
this baseball, they're not going to be able to catch flies.
Defense,
They're not-
I don't know,
Did you
but
see-
You know,
Did
their
you see,
their defense.
Did you
is
see
gonna be
Reese catching the other
god-awful.
day? Whew.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah. No, they're terrible
No
defense.
wanna
offense,
talk
Joey
about-
would have caught that.
Well, you want to talk about someone lending
Yeah,
someone my blind man's cane? You might
That's what I'm
want to.
saying. You would have caught that, Joe.
Yeah.
I was like, Reese is right there, buddy. Like, it's,
That's
boom.
why it's going to be Reese Hoskins, DH, in the lineup.
I think
this is true.
you will not see Reese by the end of the season.
He put,
In a
I
Phillies
getting
hope
moved?
so.
You think they're
Dude,
gonna
I'd
trade
take him
him?
tomorrow. I
Reese
can't
getting
say.
moved?
You think they're going to
he
move him?
is, yeah.
Um,
I do. I honestly think this is
They
his
just
last season.
hold on. They just reached arbitration. Yeah, he just reached arbitration with
That's
him.
but
all,
arbitration-
arbitration's 1 year.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I know.
Arbitration is
It was like
just
they gave him like
semantics.
I forget how much they gave him.
TK, I'm at a 7. 7 with the Phils right now.
Okay.
7.
You had a
I'm,
7?
I'm a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm a solid 7.
I'm at a 3.
Really?
You don't think they're going to be
Wow.
exciting? They're
No,
going to be
as
fun
far
to
as
watch.
exciting. Oh yeah, as far as exciting.
Yeah, they're
One
going to be.
10.
I'll take that
man,
back. All right, I'm being
Look,
hard.
there's
All
going to
right.
be a lot of crooked
6.
numbers. A lot of crooked numbers.
No, because here's the thing. I like pitching, man.
I like pitching too.
I love hitting,
I'm a
but
guy.
I love
I love
pitching.
You ain't going to get that with this team.
Why?
Because they're not built that way.
No.
And it's because of the ballpark they play in, dude. They play in a ballpark where it's not a pitcher's game. It's hit the ball and touch them all.
But I've seen
The Sixers will be better defensively than the Phillies.
Yes.
There you go.
The
See, that's the
Sixers
thing.
transition game. Transition defense will be better than the
See,
Phillies.
that's the problem.
state of affairs.
Yeah, because I'm used to seeing good defense behind my pitchers.
Yeah, but we ain't
The
got
Flyers would have better defense.
in front of Carter Hart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched that last night.
Okay,
Colorado was lighting it up.
Mr.
We're
James,
not going that bad.
Mr. James, are you expecting another big season out of Mr.
Al said
MVP?
11 out of 10. Me
Who's
love
that?
baseball.
Are you expecting another big season out of Mr. MVP Harper?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Okay.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
No, I'm serious.
I'm at a 5.
Hopper.
I'm
Hopper?
at a
Harper.
5
Harper.
with this because the defense
You're at a
is
5 with me.
atrocious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking, like, can
you
he
have
repeat
to-
his performances last season is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't think he'll go back-to-back MVPs, but
Yeah, well, okay.
but in this lineup,
He's
35 to 40
because he's
homers.
going to be protected.
35 to 40 homers.
He's going to be protected. So this is going to be a good year
Yeah.
for Bryce.
Yeah,
So-
somebody's going to eat in this lineup. Somebody's
Yeah.
going to eat, and they're going to eat big.
Very well.
I'm not
and they're
saying
going to
he's
get
gonna
fat.
I'm
Very
not saying he's
well.
not going to have a bad season. I'm saying,
Yeah.
can he repeat what he did last season?
Well, because he's going to have a
well,
better
his
Or stay
career-
steady is my question.
His career has always been steady.
Okay.
You know, he's always been a steady player. He's never been a roller
When he
coaster
gets
guy.
hot,
Well, understand
Depends when he
something.
gets hot, though.
Dave, he won MVP with a really bad lineup.
Yeah, he
true.
did.
He wasn't as
He kept
protected
him in the
as-
mix. That's why he
Right.
got it.
So, like, here's the
And
thing.
nobody getting on base in front of him.
My feeling is the
A lot of
reason
solo home runs, yes.
why
I agree with
I'm at a 5 is not necessarily because I know we're not in a pitcher's ballpark, Frank.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
aware of that.
Yeah, it's not that.
But I go back to those days with 08, 09,
Yeah.
07, where we had like guys that could initiate ground balls.
Mhm.
If you got Kyle Gibson and Nola that are trying to throw high heater past someone, it's not going to happen.
Did I just hear that Noah's our opening starter?
Yeah, because Wheeler's still
yeah,
recovering.
Will's still hurt.
So I mean, but here I'm still at a 5. I think we're gonna.
Still a 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have
so
to
what,
say
what do you got as over and under for wins for the season?
for me,
Yeah,
I got us at like an 83. 83
wow.
wins.
You and my son are the same.
I had him at
think-
86.
You're like
I-
90, aren't you?
No. I was like 86, 87.
That's what I was thinking.
I haven't gotten a number up,
87.
but I'm feeling 85.
Although
That's
I have
right
to,
there.
I have to mention.
If that's not
Well,
I still have,
gonna
I
win
still
you
have
the
in third
division.
place in the division.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have winning.
No, it's not going to win.
I
no,
have
but
to-
you might be able to get in the playoffs because
No, you
they added
definitely
the
be able to get in the playoffs.
I have to mention the extra inning suggestion that was mentioned by the Fandemic crew on Wednesday, which I love. This is innovative thinking, MLB. So get your heads out of the toilet and listen. Into the 12th inning, after the 11th inning, after the 11th inning, home run derby.
Home run derby.
After the 11th inning, home run derby.
Home run derby.
Wow, you want him to do like playoff like hockey?
Like
Like
shootout.
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 Like the shootout. Yes, I think
Pick
it's
3
genius.
batters, 10 pitches each.
Can you imagine how engaging people will be booing the team to like win the game in the 11th because they want the home run derby?
Yeah.
People will be like, "No, don't score!"
Wow.
Because people will have their gloves out. It will be, scheduled.
Are we gonna have the golden ball?
Oh yeah, whatever you throw it
He
on.
says 94 wins.
Fuge, that's kind of high. I'm not
What?
going that high.
Fuji.
Fuge.
No way.
Fuge, come on.
No
Fuge. I don't
way.
Fuge.
Come on,
man.
Fuge.
Fuge. They don't
How
have
would you fooling
Take it-
yourself?
Take it down 10 wins, Fuge. They go to have
Someone's drinking a little too hard. on the Kool-Aid.
94 wins?
Fuji. Fuji.
No,
You need two
Rough
20
crowd
game
out here,
winners.
Fuge.
Yeah, I don't know,
Fuji, you
Fuge.
need 2 20-game winners to get
Yeah,
94.
yeah.
You're not going to get that. No way.
I don't even see any of these pitchers being 15-game winners.
Now Wheeler can win 18.
But I got to see
I
what
think
he's.
Nola can win 16.
I got to
16,
see what
18.
Wheeler
But-
got after the injury. Like I got to
Yeah.
see what he's got left.
Nola hasn't been right since what, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we keep saying, hopefully he gets back. Hopefully he gets back. And it's like,
I think Suarez will give you some wins though.
I think
Nola
Suarez
seems
is
to
going to give
break
you 12,
down towards the
13
end.
wins.
But Nola seems to break down towards the end of the year every year.
But can I ask why they're not going after like another
Money,
good pitcher?
money.
Money wise.
They're already.
You're already over the luxury
The cap
tax.
just
but
paid
some
Mr.
point-
Castellanos.
This is baseball. You can pay whatever you want.
Right.
Joey,
Now
they
those
just paid-
beers,
but-
beers are going to go from $12
They're called
to
16.
$16.50.
Yeah.
Hey, that just
Joe,
means I got to tailgate
Joe.
a little harder.
Joe, say they get a pitcher now that costs them $17 million a year. Okay,
Mhm.
it doesn't cost them $17 million a year. It costs them 34.
34 because you got to
34.
go dollar for dollar
Yeah,
over the,
dollar
over the
for
luxury
dollar.
tax.
So that's the bean counter in Middleton going.
Well,
I'm
Just
sorry,
went over
it's
the
not-
limit with Castellanos. What are you gonna do?
And see that, and that's what Murkowski did. What he did, like cleaning out the.
Is that how you say his name? Castellanos, is that right?
Castellanos.
I can't say that.
Castellanos.
Castellanos.
And so
I
by them
would say
cleaning out,
Allegiant Stadium, so Allegiant.
Oh, Boosh, it's just a gut feeling. Okay.
Gut feeling.
Okay.
no, but I mean
Okay.
that's why you have to have a farm system so that you don't have to shell out all that kind of money. And,
Well,
and
that's,
all
I
this.
mean that's
We have no farm.
listen. I
Well,
know
he
that.
gutted it last year.
Listen,
and hopefully,
but that's why
2 or 3 years
that's
they can
why
rebuild it.
that's why they've assembled the team that they've assembled.
yeah, obviously,
Because
yeah.
because this team and most of them are under contract. The players are most of them under contract for the next 3 or 4 years.
That's true.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
except for
No.
DD and,
Except for Harper, he's
Well,
Yeah.
he's got nothing.
Harper's
Harper-
here for another 7
He's
years.
got this year,
and that's it.
and that's it.
Yeah,
He's done.
and Segura's done this year too.
I like Segura.
But here's the
Doesn't
thing.
Hoskins have 1 year too?
No, he just
No,
signed
he's
1
year to year.
He's year to year.
It's,
Arbitration.
He's arbitration.
Arbitration. Okay. Sorry.
But my point being, they put these guys, especially the core, together for 4 years.
Yeah.
To get through rebuilding the minor league
That's
system,
fine.
because when you
Makes sense.
draft a kid, it's usually 3 or 4 years before you see them.
Yeah, except for the
And-
Yankees.
And yeah,
That's for sure.
They somehow bring their guys up
mention
at
that
12.
damn team's
They
name.
bring their guys up at 12, James.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, let's
Dude,
see.
he was
Judge-
just playing in the
I think
minors.
Judge-
I think
Judge
playing in
came up when he was
No, the
20.
Yankees-
ball.
The Yankees pull those kids. They pull those kids right from the Cooperstown tournament.
I mean, Judge and
Because they-
Gary Sanchez came
because-
up at 20.
because they forged their papers to get that kid in the game. Okay.
Now, Frank, you said a lot of these games are going to be like 8-7,
Cooperstown
9-8.
tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be crooked number games.
Crooked number.
Crooked
games.
number
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
He's
I can
pulling
see
But
up.
that.
can this team outscore the majority of the other teams? That's my question.
What's that?
Can, with the DH on the table for everyone,
Right.
can this team outscore all the other teams?
I think
that they're gonna be
it was
facing?
already built like an American League team before they changed that rule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they got some
Okay,
power.
now time
man.
out. Hear me out, guys. Could this be an advantage for Girardi being an American?
Absolutely.
American League
Oh, he knows
manager?
what he's doing. Now.
yeah, he doesn't have to think
That's what
anymore.
I'm
He
thinking.
knows what he's
Right.
doing.
He doesn't have to
I
think.
didn't- right.
You know, I mean,
He went into the NL and was like, "What is this nonsense? I gotta
Right.
let a pitcher
Yeah.
bat?" Like,
the
what?
guy wore a spot in his head for where he was scratching.
So he's back. So he's back to his old going. You know what I'm saying? Like being an American.
peeling
League
off
Yeah.
the grass.
Yeah. You know, he is.
He's not in the spotlight right now. He's pretty, but you know it's interesting. Like so when you say that, like with Girardi and how he was managing and things like that. So I'm like, all right, what when you look at the DH, right? I'm a little bit torn
I don't like the
because
I'm not a fan.
I didn't like the it's DH in the American League and not in the National League, but I was like, there were times in the game when it was like man on second and third with 2 outs and the pitcher's coming up, and it's like, dang, dude, this is going to be a wasted bat.
Mm.
You know, we're off the rip, you know, it's going to be a wasted at bat. You know, and so now I'm like, but with the DH, man on second and third, 2 outs, could possibly bring him home. So,
Well,
I'll get over it.
look,
I'm sure I will.
look,
I'll get over it.
Baseball does their progress chart with the speed of a sundial. I mean, they just don't come into the modern day.
Yeah, they don't.
And
That's a good point.
they should have done the thing with the DH 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
When they
I
start,
would say
especially when they did interleague.
I would say even longer.
right?
Actually, I'm with Joe. It should have
Yeah.
been because they did an interleague play back in the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They should have did it then.
I mean, I
Should've
agree.
been
Like that should have came around
Well,
then.
I
And
think
it's
they
been a long
should.
time
I think
coming.
they should. I really think they should realign the league completely. I think they should eliminate national and American and become
Well, because at one point,
regional teams like football. Okay. Make it regional like football, because if you want to increase interest,
Mhm.
I mean, how much interest could you increase if you had the Phillies, Baltimore, Yankees, and Boston in the same division?
Ooh.
Okay, that would be
Well-
an East Coast monster.
See, here's the thing. I
Yeah.
thought about this, and I still haven't really got much of an answer. So
Yeah,
if
the Mets
anybody
too.
can look it up,
The Mets
I
in there.
love it. Why
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
hell
Right.
are the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East?
because they've been established for so long.
Because the battle with the Baltimore, Washington.
Oh, wasn't the
team,
St.
or
Louis
Commanders.
Cardinals in the NFC East too at one point?
Yeah, but they're the Cardinals. They're the
And they're
Cardinals.
Yeah, but they were the
Louis.
Phoenix
St.
Cardinals.
Louis.
Yeah,
They were-
and then
It was
Arizona.
St. Louis
St.
Cardinals,
Louis
actually.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Right.
Yeah,
Because they had two teams.
but the Cowboys established rivalries in this division, unlike the Cardinals. The Cardinals were in Chicago first,
Mhm.
and then they went to St. Louis.
Like I thought,
The only
okay,
reason they went to Phoenix is because we stopped Norman Leonard Toews from selling the team. He's
That's
about to
right.
sell the Eagles. Eagles would have been a
Yeah.
Phoenix Eagles.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like
Yeah,
I
it was
thought.
literally that close.
It
I was
Yeah.
curious, like in the same vein. I was like,
Wow.
did Dallas did the Cowboys
Yep.
were they over here somewhere and then they moved?
No,
Nah,
no,
they're always
when-
in the East.
when they came into the NFL at the time, it wasn't just the
1960.
NFC, right? It wasn't. It was the NFL and the AFL, and
Yeah.
and there was two divisions.
Right.
There was the Eastern Division, which really I don't think it was called the Eastern Division. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but there was the Black and Blue Division, which was Detroit and Chicago and Green Bay and Minnesota.
Right.
Those guys were just ugly. I mean, they were nasty teams, but they put them with us, and it developed rivalries that you can't eliminate now. They're generational.
I miss that dude.
So-
Yeah, especially the Cowboys with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Would you
that's a
would you
Frank hit on the
accept
nose,
a
it was wrong.
realignment in the NFL?
Would
Would you accept the
kind of
realignment?
started already happening. Seattle
just did
Seattle left the AFC.
They just
Seattle left the
realigned it.
AFC to
Yeah.
come to the NFC, and then
Seattle's the AFC.
yeah, for a
Yeah.
long time. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
Kim
yeah,
Patera, Kim Patera, the former wrestler, his brother Jack Patera was the coach.
I remember
for a
Kevin
long-
Terry. Yeah,
Yeah, his brother Jack Patera was the head football coach of those guys for a long
Well, they
time.
they realigned baseball a couple years ago, moving Houston to the
And then
American League,
Milwaukee used
to
to,
the
Milwaukee
National.
used to be
The Brewers were in the NL.
American League for a
Right.
long
Because
time.
I always
Yeah,
think
yeah.
like if it wasn't the Cowboys, like thinking about if the
Astros was in AL on
Steelers,
this side.
Astros were
or
National
the
League for a long
Ravens.
time.
long time.
Well, the Steelers, the Steelers were in our division
Okay.
back in the NFL.
That's when it became the
It
Steagles.
was the
The
Eagles,
Steagles.
the Steelers, the Giants, the Browns, the Colts.
Mhm.
Wow.
Colts too.
Yes, the
Mhm.
Colts.
Wow.
were
The
in our
Baltimore
division.
Colts.
Oh, no,
Baltimore
no,
Colts,
Baltimore
right.
Colts.
There was the
Baltimore.
Baltimore
Okay, sorry,
Colts.
that's right.
Who else was in our division back then?
You said the Giants, right?
Yeah, I did say the Giants.
Because it's just
I
so
remember. That's
interesting
so
to
long
me
ago.
because I
The
I
Jets
felt
might have
like
been.
The Jets
It's
were
an
AFC.
advantage.
Yeah, that's right.
AFL
That's right.
team.
The AFL team.
like we're the only division in the NFL that has that like little
Well,
weirdness.
No,
Well, it's kinda
AFC
funny 'cause you
South.
got-
The Colts are in the South.
It's funny, Joe.
Indianapolis
You're
is
right
in the
because
South.
Yeah.
New York, Philly,
that's
you know,
no, but
Washington, and then there's Dallas. It's like Dallas is like not even. In
and see, and then they're also looking at because Frank and Big Joe can speak to this too. A lot of that back then, it was all about the ratings, right? Because they're establishing this product
right.
Yeah.
to the point. Someone made it. I was watching. Man, it was crazy. I'm watching. It was something on ESPN. They were showing the games of the '70s. I think it was North Carolina State versus Maryland. One of those games in the college game, basketball game, you know.
Right.
And they were like, "Yeah, it aired the same day as a Super Bowl." And it was like, "Wow, you had a college game
Yeah.
That's balls.
before the Super Bowl." But
Yeah.
that's how it was back
Yeah.
then. And now there's
You couldn't do
nothing
that.
going before the
Yeah.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
now.
that's
I
true.
mean, what they start the thing about 11 o'clock in the morning
Now wait a
Yeah.
minute.
all day long.
There is one thing: the Puppy Bowl. Don't forget about the Puppy Bowl.
Joe, you
Used
know,
to
it
be
would,
the
if
Bud
you,
Bowl. The Bud Bowl
if you
was
move the
one.
Cowboys to the AFC and put in the AFC South and the
Yeah.
Colts to the NFC, and moved them in the East, it would make more sense than it does now. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing.
They're the
But
two
so-
like odd men out though, basically.
But that's what I'm saying. The television needs that. They need to see
Yeah,
Dallas play the
Right.
Washington. They need to see Dallas play the
Look,
Eagles.
you,
and so
you
forth.
put
They
you
need
Dallas
that.
you put Dallas against the Eagles, Washington, or Giants
dude, that's big
on
time.
television. The ratings go through the roof.
Big
I
time.
mean, excuse my ignorance for asking the question about the Dallas Cowboys, but I didn't understand. It's before my time, so I didn't
Okay.
understand.
No, it's all right.
fine.
It's okay.
I mean, it confused me because I'm like, we're
Uh,
sitting
where,
there.
where would you put the Cowboys in another division if you were not the NFC East?
In a dumpster.
Well, it's not.
No, well,
You know what? I don't need it from you. I've asked him.
NFC, like the NFC South.
No, honestly, where would you put them?
NFC South.
NFC South?
The timing was awesome.
Well, because
And a
you got
dumpster.
to figure you have New Orleans right there.
Right.
You have Atlanta,
Atlanta. Right.
and then Tampa
But
Bay.
that right there, I'll be honest with you, that doesn't even sound interesting.
It does.
No,
it doesn't.
it doesn't.
Like Dallas plays New Orleans twice, so
Yeah.
it's like
That's not.
That's not appointment television.
That ain't sexy.
Dallas-
That ain't sexy, baby.
And you know the reason is though, Joey, because there's so much history.
He hates
When you think about the history,
Yeah.
it's
history.
it's. I mean, you got Dallas Eagles, Dallas, Washington,
Yeah,
Dallas
well, I mean,
Giants.
exactly.
I mean, the history is
A
just
White House
yeah.
in Dallas, a White House in Washington.
in those
I mean,
games. Yeah,
You were at
man.
White House.
Yeah, that's legit.
They got a White House and commies on the field.
Yeah, we're trying to get Jerry's love child on the show in a couple of weeks.
Tom,
James, any update on that? Can we get her on the show? Jerry's love child.
well, I mean,
Joe, what?
Jerry
we're trying to
Jones
do
is a
a
love child.
We're trying to do a love
trying to-
connection.
Jerry has been very quiet.
Well, we want to meet her.
We're
We
trying
want
to
to
do a
talk to
love
her.
connection
That's why.
between her and James.
That's why Steve is doing all the deals, and they're all.
Need some Barry
All
White.
right. We're trying to do a love connection. We're trying to do a love connection between
No,
James and
hey, listen, this is Jerry Jones. You need to go Barry White for that.
You know? No wonder he was on the yacht during the draft. What the hell you doing on the yacht during the draft?
because he's baby.
Be quiet. I'm doing the
I thought
draft.
that was kind of cool. To be
But
No.
Tom, you said you had
more
some.
like knock it off.
Tom, you said you had some news about Tom Brady.
yeah, what's going
Yeah,
on?
what's up with that?
Tom Brady to the Dolphins. The rumors are starting to fly, and they're gaining a lot of traction.
Huh?
Yes.
The Dolphins don't have any draft capital left to get Brady.
The-
They just gave it all up.
for Tyreek Hill, right?
Yeah.
What?
Brady to the fish?
Brady to the fish. I mean, it's not nothing's official, but
As Amanda would say, it's a
the
mammal, not a
rumors
fish.
have definitely gained some traction.
Are they going to trade away their draft picks up to the 2030 draft? Is that the deal?
Maybe they're selling out to get that.
Well, he's only
well,
got,
So what happens with Tua?
Yeah, that was
you
my
take
question.
a back seat.
No, they'll send him to
I guess you trade
Tampa.
Tua to
They'll send him to
Miami.
Tampa.
Not Miami.
Tampa?
Tampa?
Yeah.
Do you?
Huh? Now I'm wondering, right?
Tua
there,
can't play. Tua can't play. He's never going to hit Tyreek Hill open.
I can't see Brady wearing a Dolphins helmet.
Couldn't see him wearing a Bucks.
Oh snap! But he would
That I
play.
could though. I
He
can't see.
would play the
I can't see-
Patriots twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
buddy.
true.
Yeah, buddy.
Now it's making sense.
He spent
Touche.
20 years hammering those Dolphins.
Can
Although the Dolphins did have, you know,
They had the Patriots number.
Yes, they did.
They had the Patriots number.
Yes, they did.
and that,
This is
by
true.
the way,
Money
On a-
talks.
on a side note,
Money
for
talks.
all those
Yes, it
Howie Roseman fans, out there,
Man.
for all those people,
I know where you're going with
No,
that.
he's going. We know he's going.
for all those people, let's extend Howie. Let's have a Howie Appreciation Day. He shit the bed. Can we just admit that now?
He signed himself.
Yeah. Way to freaking go. Can he play on the field? No.
I was just saying.
Listen, he let Devontae Adams slip through his fingers. He let Tariq Hill slip through his fingers.
That's not flipping. No.
He let Allen Robinson slip through his fingers.
What?
He let everybody, and then he resigns Derek freaking Barnett.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Amen.
But Joey, I did hear
God.
he's looking at Devontae Parker though.
No, wrong with Devontae. No.
All right, hold on.
Devontae.
I mean, we were going to
I
get
have,
Calvin
I have a
Ridley.
list of some of the
We
notables.
were going to get Calvin
Listen,
Ridley.
I have a list of some of the notables.
And
that
he's
are
an
still
idiot.
out
Keyword
there.
was were.
Let me read off
And
this.
he's
Let me
an
read
idiot.
off this short list of notables.
Well, if you're going to listen, Tom, before you do that, if
He
you
better than
read
he's
off
an
a short
idiot.
list, if you read off a short list of wide receivers, you have to read off the list of the ridiculous money that they got, because none of them are worth the money that they got.
It's some wide receivers are on this list, but it's
What did Allen Robinson get?
here's a list of the
over 100
unsigned players that are still out there. Bobby Wagner.
Yes,
Stephon
I
Gilmore.
No,
Bobby-
Bobby's going to the Dallas Cowboys.
No, Bobby Wagner actually he visited the Rams and he left.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You signed with
But
Baltimore.
I heard.
No, he's with Baltimore.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I heard he's interested with you
he's
guys.
talking to he did that too. He's talking to Baltimore, but he hasn't.
Okay.
But you guys remember, Bobby Wagner's his own agent. He does what he wants.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead,
saying.
Tom.
Stephon Gilmore.
Okay.
Odell Beckham Jr.
No.
Nah.
Tyron Matthew.
No.
No.
Nah.
Julio Jones.
No.
Nah.
Jadavion Clowney.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
No.
Hell no.
Calais Campbell.
Mm.
J.C. Treader.
Who?
I don't know. He's just on this list that I pulled up. Travaris Landry.
Yes.
Mm.
I like
Melvin Gordon.
See, I can see Jarvis
I
going.
like Melvin Gordon.
Dwayne Brown. Any of these guys interest you?
Landry,
Jarvis would.
Landry,
Landry, Gordon,
Gordon
interests
and
me.
Landry.
Yeah.
Gordon and
Yeah.
Landry were the two I was thinking.
Yep.
Wagner too.
Wagner too.
Yeah.
Wagner too.
Because this kid we just signed from the Colts, that he was with.
Yeah, the guy Pascal.
Pascal.
Which
yeah,
is just
he
another.
doesn't move the needle. He's a special
No,
teams guy.
he-
Rob Heffer points out that Kyle is a Howie lover. And
Kyle
yes, he
Quinn is a Howie.
Kyle
lover.
Yeah, so I'm
Howie
shouting
Roseman.
out to Kyle Quinn. I'm not going anywhere, brother. Like I'm here.
Wow.
Like
Uh-oh. That's a throwdown. That's a throwdown.
I didn't get the 3
I
year
am
extension.
tired.
Kyle, you don't want to play with the hammer.
I am tired of these
He's not
Howie
tired. He's
Roseman
tired.
apologists.
He's not tired. He's
Wait,
tired.
hey, look, Joe.
He's tired. And
I understand. Joe,
He's tired and tired.
Listen, I understand that Howie has made some blunders, but
Blunders.
yeah, look, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. But Howie has done some really good things.
Huh?
That's like saying Ben Simmons took some shots.
No, come on, it's not that bad.
Oh
It's
my
that
God.
you and Matty B. Matty B. has an aggressive disinterest in Howie.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't know what to feel about him anymore. I'm being serious.
Howie?
Yeah, Howie. Because when I saw the
I think
3 year
that Barnett.
No, well, when I saw the 3 year
Yeah,
extension,
it
I
didn't
was
look
like,
good sign. No, 2 years. Barnett got 2 years.
I'm talking about Howie.
Oh, right.
Howie just got a 3 year
Well, look,
extension.
man, if you
He signed
were writing
himself.
checks, you'd if you had the ability to sign yourself, you'd do it.
I just have a problem. No, I mean,
That is a good point.
yeah, it's-
Hey, I
I like myself.
How much would you like?
I'm
how
gonna
much
give
would you like
myself
to
a
make?
50% raise.
Oh, I'll take another million. Yeah. But like, so what do you?
How do you negotiate with yourself?
The worst part of it is he's like, "Hey Fletcher, I just signed myself. You got to go, pal.
You got to go, pal.
Yeah, he brought him
But I
back.
might bring you back."
Yeah.
I mean, I just,
He did
I
bring
don't
him
know,
back,
man.
for $2 million less.
I don't see.
That was 14, wasn't
I don't
Yeah, but
see
it's
what he's
$2 million
trying. I don't
less.
see
What
what
if Howie
he's
got a
trying
$2
to do.
million raise?
it? Interesting.
I don't see what he's trying to do. I'm not seeing his vision.
His
called
vision-
I'm hearing about the
his
vision.
called-
You
Howie
had
vision.
20 million
Look, his
people.
vision is.
I'm hearing about the vision,
his
but I'm not
vision
seeing
is.
the vision.
His vision is they've got to negotiate or navigate the dead cap hit that is this year.
What, from Carson?
A lot of shit. A lot of dead cap money.
That's why they did.
That's why they
the
did. That's what
Fletcher.
they did with the Fletcher deal. They're still holding $34 million from Carson. I mean, they have like $70 million in dead cap money.
Does Brandon Graham play this year?
Yes.
I asked
Yes.
that question.
Yeah.
So
Limited.
So-
Limited.
Next year, I think next year they're going to be $70 million under the cap.
So here's what I'm confused
you
with.
mean to tell me you wouldn't give a Julio a shot if he?
No,
Why
no.
not?
And I'll tell you why, because
He doesn't practice.
yeah, it was the morning
not
it was
the
the morning
game.
guys. The
Not the
morning
game.
guys,
He doesn't
Kincaid.
practice. Yeah.
Okay.
Kincaid, who was in
Atlanta for 20
Atlanta for forever,
Right.
Yeah.
knows Julio Jones, and he
Okay.
says, "Guy never practices.
Never
He doesn't come to
practice.
practice.
That's not
Talking about
He just-
practice.
he
Yeah,
just
not the
shows up.
game. Not the game.
He just shows up and plays."
Practice.
Well, we don't have a quarterback that can overcome that incompetence.
I'm saying, but Julio can actually. He's
Yeah,
good.
but if you have a guy who's a third year quarterback who's not confident in his ability to throw guys open,
Okay.
Julio is not your guy.
Can I just say
I need him in
have to
practice. I need him in
Yeah.
practice.
I have
He's-
to applaud.
He is a name.
Yeah, he's a
I
name.
need him in
That's,
practice,
you know,
though.
but he needs
Not
to
the
be
game.
Tom Brady. He needs to be in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, or
Julio
Miami.
needs to be in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I have to applaud Indianapolis because
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
here's the thing.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah, well, I mean, Matt's going to be a better quarterback than
Oh
Carson
my God,
was.
leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Leaps and bounds better than.
And they
than
got him
Carson.
for a third
realize-
round pick.
I didn't realize Matt Ryan's 37 years old.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
he's
up
been
there.
around a bit.
He's the stopgap for them to make
I didn't think he was
to
that
get
old.
another
So
guy.
who's the quarterback in Atlanta now?
Mariota.
Not Mariota.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mariota.
Mariota.
Oh,
Mariota. Yeah.
And they're going
Wow.
to draft a quarterback.
They better. They
That's
better.
what I think Willis is going to
Maybe
go
Tua
to.
goes there.
Not.
Hey, wasn't Mariota the backup in Oakland?
Yes,
Okay, I thought so.
yes.
Or Las Vegas. Sorry.
Las Vegas.
And here, I still don't think everyone is still preaching that Jalen Hurts is going to get moved. No,
No,
Sorry.
he's not this year.
He's
No,
not going
no.
anywhere this year.
no, this team is his this year. But I'm going to tell you something.
But
If he doesn't start throwing guys open, this year will be his last.
or
year.
I heard something else. He may be the starter game 1, but to your point, if he doesn't throw guys open, will he wind up being the starter games week 17?
Who? Mints? No,
No, I'm not saying Gardner Minshew. They're actuing getting offers for Gardner Minshew, but
He's
they're
isn't he
just
another
not
year
they're not
contract?
they're not ready to make a move
I've
because
heard-
they don't know
I've heard Minshew
what type of
and,
backup they're going to get.
and to get for Baker Mayfield and a third.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I would take Baker Mayfield.
But but Baker Mayfield, you're not going to bring in Baker Mayfield to have.
I want Baker Mayfield for the commercial.
Well, no,
you're not
I want him. I want him in his.
He's not going to come in as
the Browns are going to do it.
But I want him living here with his
Cox.
wife at the stadium. I want those commercials.
They're going to do with Baker what the Eagles did with Cox.
Victories, Frank.
They're going to cut him,
Where does
and then they're going to sign him for cheaper, and then trade him away.
Baker Mayfield.
I know
Yeah.
he's getting shoulder surgery, but where does Jimmy G end up? That's my question.
Jimmy
I
G's
think
not
he's
going
somewhere
At
anywhere.
the, at the
I think
local
he's
Subway.
Nah.
I'm just asking.
Jimmy G's not a bad
At the
quarterback.
local
he's not,
Subway.
He's not great. He's a middle of the road quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. But I know he's having
I
shoulder surgery.
think-
Does he have shoulder surgery?
I would take Jimmy G.
Nah, I don't.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's not.
Listen, there used to be a guy on this show who was a big Niners fan,
Uh-oh.
who was a big Jimmy G fan, and I put him in his place by saying Jimmy G was nothing but
Hammer's fired up today.
a
I put him in his
second
place.
string
I put him-
wannabe quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not taking Jimmy.
All I asked was, where's he going to end up?
Dallas.
It's Subway.
No,
Yes.
stop.
yes.
You asked, I
Oh,
told
by
you.
the
Okay,
way,
okay.
speaking of
I
Dallas.
asked and answered.
Whoa, speaking of Dallas.
Yes.
Speaking of Dallas.
Now what?
Did you see the quotes coming out of Dallas about Dak? Quotes coming out of Dallas about Dak.
Super
Uh-oh.
Bowl? You said?
Uh-oh.
The
It's starting to
players were
rumble.
saying
Uh-oh, here it goes.
in the locker room,
Uh-oh.
the reason we lost in the playoffs
Oh,
was
oh,
Dak.
oh.
See, I don't believe that. Nah, that's.
Of course you don't believe
no,
it.
No, 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 no.
Because when we cut you bleed blue.
That's
You got
Randy
the stars
Gregory
in your
thing.
eyes. You got
That's
the
right.
stars in your
Randy
eyes.
Gregory said that.
Yes, he did.
But see, I don't believe that.
Joey
Okay.
likes
Yeah,
it.
you know what
I think-
though?
Joey likes
I
it.
think-
Here's
Joey
something.
likes it.
Here we go.
I think that was just frustration coming out of his mouth.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I know
Well,
you
see,
want to believe
it's
that.
Frank's fault because he lit this
See,
That's right.
torch.
I think that was just frustration coming out of his mouth.
But
because
let's
Chris
put
they
it-
didn't sign him, and he got.
Let's put it in
whole
perspective.
deal.
You're worried
What-
about Gregory starting nonsense with your quarterback. Let's remember that Alshon Jeffrey told us all what Carson Wentz
This is
was,
true.
and we didn't believe him.
That's right.
Maybe Gregory's telling the truth, and he got ran out of town.
That's right.
So I don't know.
Well, Gregory left because they tried to slip that clause in.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's why.
I mean, they had the deal done.
the deal was
Tuesday,
done.
the deal was done.
It was a 5-year
Thursday,
deal.
it was like, I'm out of here.
within a day.
Where'd he
Yeah,
go?
not
Where'd
even.
Gregory go?
He went up to going to Denver because they tried to
Oh
slip.
yeah.
They tried to slip the performance
And-
clause in.
and
Not the performance
understand,
clause,
if
drug
Dak-
clause.
If Dak, if I don't think Jerry would ever do this. He's not this big of a bonehead.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
No, he's not.
but
Yes, he
he's
is.
not going to trade Dak.
No.
He's not going to
He
trade.
signed him. Why would he trade him?
But
With the money he's paying him, nobody would want that.
Yeah.
right, and that,
Yeah, nobody
well,
would.
I can't say that anymore because someone just paid.
Deshaun
Deshaun
Watson
Watson.
$230
Dude,
million.
somebody made-
I can't
Somebody
say
made-
that anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's-
true, Joey. That's true.
Joey, what was your take on that?
What?
The Watson deal.
Oh, it's the dumbest deal in NFL history.
Okay.
It's the dumb.
No.
Who pays almost $240 million for a guy who's possibly not going to step on an NFL football field in 2 years? By the time he does it,
He's gonna play. He's gonna probably get 6 games, but like my
He's not- yeah,
he may not.
Yeah, he's
my-
only going to
my
get 6
buddy-
games.
my buddy-
James, did you like that deal
The
too?
criminal
or-
stuff was dropped.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
No,
Yeah.
there's
I
new
mean,
charges
honestly,
in Dallas.
I don't like it, but I
Criminal charges?
Yeah,
But it's
there's
just,
new charges that they're bringing up in Texas.
No, they
Time
didn't. They
It's
didn't.
not-
the
it's not
Texas
criminal.
Charges,
Time out.
they
James,
ended
what's
up
your
dropping.
deal on that?
civil.
It's all civil, Joe.
What's your deal with the
That's
James
why he
Watson
got the
The only things that are
240
going on right now are civil.
I heard the DA
the criminal
God.
charges in Texas got dropped.
That's why they was able to make the
Time
move.
out. I want to hear
Yeah.
this. James, what's your deal on the Watson thing?
I mean,
Do you
it's
like
like I like it, but I don't say I don't like it either.
right?
But it's just that something about it just like
Doesn't sit well with you.
doesn't sit well with me.
Look,
No,
you
it
give-
doesn't.
The reason
Would you give $40 million
It feels
a
dirty.
year?
It feels dirty.
Would you give $40 million a year
No, I'm going
to
to
a
tell you what
quarterback
happened. I'm going to tell you what
that
happened.
is unproven? Would you give $40 million a year?
No,
Okay.
Look, there's no denying that kid has incredible
God, no.
talent.
He's a very good quarterback.
Okay, and to go where he's going for
Yeah,
the
he's-
money that he got,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, the discussion at the table was, I have to pay these women off. I need that money.
See, I thought that too.
That's exactly the way it is. He needed that money, and they were like, "This is a lot of money." He goes, "Look, I need that money.
I was thinking the same thing.
My
I got
friend
to
made
pay
it-
that off."
My friend
I
made a
need
good
that money.
point to him. He goes, Colin Kaepernick, just for kneeling about injustice with black people with cops, is banned from the league. This guy gets,
It's
200
crazy.
after all
Okay,
the charges.
and-
were
and-
made.
and
Joe
Joe
says a lot about the
Joe, I'm
NFL,
going to
man.
challenge your dumbest
Sure does,
deal,
Dame.
dumbest
Says a
deal in
lot about
NFL
NFL.
history. I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to challenge that right now.
Ray Rice is another one. Yeah.
Joe Mixon.
What did Miami give up for Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, five draft picks.
But I would have done that.
5 first round.
You would have given up. You would have given up
for Tariq Hill.
2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and then paid him $140 million.
It wasn't 2 first rounders.
And a third and fourth.
It was a first rounder, a second rounder, a fourth rounder for this year, and a fourth and a fifth for next year.
Wow. I love you. I love you, bro. I do.
That's
I love you.
a lot.
I love you.
A ton of money.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
And
cannot-
by the way,
you
72
can't
million
Drano.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
72 million
You can't drain. You can't Drano an organization for a wide receiver.
30 guaranteed.
He's a wide receiver.
No,
And-
but the 72
No,
million
I'm sorry.
for
I'm
Tyreek
sorry.
Hill.
He ain't
sorry.
worth
Yeah,
the
okay,
money.
For
right.
Tyreek
He's
Hill.
one of the.
money you
Would
give
you
him.
not agree? He's one of the top
Sorry,
5
my fault.
receivers.
I'm
in the
not
league?
saying that he's not.
Okay.
But you can't Drano your team for that.
5 first round.
You were
draft
willing to
picks.
drain
Wow.
your team for
Wow.
a quarterback that hasn't stepped on a football field.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
No,
I
I'm saying that was the conjecture around the city is that we should give up 2 of our first round picks.
2,
And-
not
But
5.
we have.
Who did he go to?
Yeah,
Well, no, 2 of the
Watson.
first
Watson.
round, but then more picks and then
Who?
give him money.
Sean Watson.
Deshaun
No,
Watson.
Tyreek Hill. What did he go?
Oh, Tyreek,
But-
five
but-
first
Miami.
5 picks.
Quite
Miami,
honestly,
Miami,
Joe.
right?
Miami.
Miami,
Joe,
yeah,
quite
yeah.
honestly, a quarterback has way more impact on a game than a wide receiver. I don't care what
Good
kind of
point.
football you're playing.
Cooper
The
Kupp-
quarterback.
Cooper Kupp would disagree.
But
Cooper Kupp can disagree all he wants, but if he doesn't have a quarterback throwing a football, Cooper Kupp is a water boy.
the other thing about
It's that
that is
simple.
Nah, he's a good
the other
receiver.
thing about that is Tyreek Hill was used in a specific way. Andy Reid's so innovative, really is. As a coach, who's to say that that's going to be the same thing for him
Right.
in Miami?
Well,
Like,
he's got.
I mean, we know he has skills. I'm
Yeah.
not debating any,
But-
but he was literally used in a unique
And
way.
he had homes thrown.
Norm Deal checked in and asked, would we feel some type of way if Wentz played lights out and took Washington to the playoffs?
You know what,
this year?
Norm? I would not.
I
it
wouldn't
surprise me.
feel some type of way.
Let me
I'm
tell you something.
too far past Wentz. now.
We've seen how many years of Wentz?
Yeah, I don't.
Wentz-
I don't feel anything.
Wentz
for him.
is Ben Simmons. He's
How-
gonna be
how
what he's
many-
gonna be.
how many playoff wins does Carson have?
That would
in
be
his career?
0.
Oh.
That'd be 0.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
How many
Wentz Simmons.
how many game winning shots does
Carson
Ben Simmons
Wentz.
have in the playoffs?
That would be
I was gonna say
0.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So I guess the answer
who
is
does he have to
0.
throw to down there?
how many
So, I get
how many
McLaurin.
Super Bowl championships
Got
has the
Terry
Dallas
McLaurin.
Cowboys won since '95?
0.
And let's be real.
Joey, how many Super Bowls do you have? 1. So just stop.
In this
One's
century.
better
In
than
this
zero.
century.
5's better than 1, Joey.
5 years ago.
Someone posted something on
Anyway,
Facebook.
Hey, we have 4 championships, by the way.
Sorry, I didn't
Someone
get
posted
47,
something on
48,
Facebook.
60.
It was a Super
And
Bowl. and a
over
picture of a Super Bowl
18.
trophy
Anyway,
with
you were
Dallas
asking
Cowboys
about-
jersey.
Time
They
out.
said social
Time out.
distance.
You were asking about Carson?
Oh, and
He's got
we all
McLaurin.
know if that railing had fell and Carson was their quarterback, it would have broke his goddamn
I said
leg.
you were asking about Carson. He's got McLaurin to throw to.
He's got McLaurin to throw to?
Yeah.
He has a tight end to throw to, right?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
I'm not saying that
I
that's
don't,
not a
I don't know what Carson
team.
did. I didn't see a lot of him in the
You know what I'm looking forward to?
He's got a pretty good O-line.
I'm looking forward to Carson's hero balls antics at playing against them and getting the
I
turnover.
guarantee 2
'Cause he is
2
gonna-
interceptions a game.
I don't miss
We're
him.
going to get a fumble. We're going to get an interception from him.
I don't
every
miss him.
You know what's
what?
gonna
I
be-
gotta do
he
better.
comes
I know. I gotta
You
do
know what's
better.
going to be
Yeah, I'm
playing in
gonna
the
work hard.
background and Washington? It's going to be the G.I. Joe theme
Yeah.
Wow.
from the 1990s. It's like
So
everyone needs a hero.
That's
Not Carson.
So, which is your beef with both Carson and Ben about the same as an equal, or is it like?
Oh no, my hatred for Ben is much more.
No, mine's the same.
Much more.
Yeah,
No, I have
same.
the burning hatred.
Your
The
hatred for
hatred
Ben's
of,
much more than
of,
Carson?
of 10 burning white hot
Joey,
suns. for
Joey,
both
your
of them.
hate-
White hot what?
White
Your
hot
hatred for
suns.
Ben is more than Carson. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Tom will tell you, I wasn't the biggest Carson Wentz fan.
No,
No.
I
You
was
never
much.
was.
I was much more.
But you
Carson
were the
Wentz.
biggest Ben fan.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
you were the-
why. That's
See,
why the
that,
hatred.
that's
runs
why it
deeper.
cuts deep. It cuts
It-
really
it-
deep.
it-
It's,
yeah,
you know,
because
That's
that
why
son of a
Joey,
bitch.
Joey hates Ben more because I get to break his balls for being wrong about him than he does for what he actually did.
that's absolutely true.
Okay.
And you know what? That was evident this morning when Dave sat down and said, "Hey, I got a Ben report," and Joe wanted to he was looking for a brick to throw.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Now I'm being facetious. I know why Joey has issues, but we've battled on this for a year and a half or so.
More than that.
When I finally said, "All right, Ben's a clown," and Joey was not ready to
No,
get
Joe-
off
yeah.
that train.
No.
Sure.
no, and I get it, Joe. My buddy and I, we were like a couple of years ago. We were like, want to live and die with the kid. We all but cut our fingers, with
Who
the
was the
ceremony.
point guard?
But
Who was the guard the Sixers had a while back when they had Iverson and
Eric Snow,
Eric Snow,
no.
Snow.
Aaron
no.
McKee?
Aaron McKee,
No. There was
Speedy Claxton,
no.
Raja Bell?
Lou Williams.
Raja Bell.
Ish Smith?
Let him,
Ish Smith?
when Dave?
I'm trying to think.
Ish Smith.
Was he the Iverson era?
I think it was the Iverson era with Stackhouse.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Jay
yeah.
Stackhouse.
Jerry
yeah.
Stackhouse.
But there was
Okay.
another.
He was there before Iverson.
Right.
But yeah.
There was another guard they had, and they got rid.
Larry Hughes.
Oh, Larry Hughes.
Larry Hughes. That's who it was. Yeah.
Larry Hughes.
They're
Flight
brothers.
Yes.
The Flight
Yeah.
Brothers. The Flight
Yes.
Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Larry-
we could have had Paul Pierce.
Well, yeah. Larry Brown decides to tell Larry Hughes, "If you're there, I'm going to draft." You never tell a player that. I'm literally screaming at my team. I'm like, "Yo, we're going to get Paul Pierce."
Yeah. Nope.
Kansas. I'm
because
watching. I'm like, he's dropping
it was-
to us. I was like, "Who?"
Yeah,
Like,
but
from St. Louis.
It was so
who?
funny last night when I was at the game.
That's what I hated. I hated Larry
was at
Brown
the
for that.
I went to the tournament
Hated him
last
for
night.
that.
I was there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Nice.
I'm
man.
sitting next to these Carolina fans next to me, and I said to the girl, "Oh yeah, we're big Carolina fans. We love." I said, "Yeah, you love Jordan. You love." Yeah. I said, "But everybody forgets about Stackhouse."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jerry. I said, "Remember Jerry was a Sixer too." Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Okay,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we
no,
traded,
no.
didn't we?
No.
That was a Theo Ratliff, Aaron McKee deal.
Right,
That's
it
how we
was.
got Theo and Aaron McKee.
Yeah.
And see the thing
And then
about
we eventually traded Ratliff for
which I
Mutombo.
never liked that deal. And the thing about it was, whatever Larry Brown drafts Larry Hughes, they established the Flight Brothers. He doesn't like that. He winds up trading Larry Hughes for Tony Kukoc, who we could have used
At
in
the
that
end
finals.
of his career.
But we could have used him in those finals. He had
At the end
experience.
of his career.
Uh,
Hey, I got a good idea. You know the guy who is like the white guy that just shot in the corner when Jordan was doing everything else? Let's go get that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's like,
he wasn't
no.
bad for us. And then it's like you trade him, and then you Larry Brown with that.
I mean,
I was a Stackhouse guy though. I
to,
like
to kind of
They
put
played
it,
any
Yeah, I like
defense.
I like
They
Jerry.
didn't
To
play-
put it
they
in
didn't play any
perspective,
defense. Larry
Tom,
Brown wasn't have it.
I kind of like me and Freddie Burns on this network
Wasn't have it.
ride and died with Ben Simmons.
I just want to come home and smell
I
my baby.
understand
died.
like right, but I understand that like Fred still
I'll tell you
says
what it
this to this day is that we were more successful when Ben was on the court. And it depends on what time period you're talking about, regular season or playoffs.
Yeah.
Because regular season, fine, but you don't win a championship in the regular season.
I you know what? I think that's a myth now
Yeah,
because the Sixers have played the whole season without Ben,
half a game out of first.
and their record is damn
Man, they were in
close to what
first
it
place
was last year.
That's what I'm saying. They were
Yeah.
in first
They were
place
the
last
they
year.
were the
Right
number
now,
one
you're
seed.
you're a half game out of first. To Frank's
Yeah.
point, you've played the whole season without this
Yeah,
guy.
without this
Hey,
guy.
and
that's
look
not
where you
what-
are right now.
And
That is not my point that I made. That's Mr. Burns' point.
Yeah.
But I'm just stating that me and him were the biggest Ben
Oh, I was
flag
here too, man.
Oh, no,
waivers.
I got into arguments.
you were
Listen,
that guy that runs around the
Listen.
football field with the 14.
I saw-
I didn't
high
talk
flag
to my
guy. That
buddies
was
for
you.
like a month
I saw
after
Freddie-
Father's
I saw
Day.
Freddie wearing that 25
Ben
jersey.
Simmons wrecked Father's Day for a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
He had me not talking to my friend. Like I was messed. I couldn't watch sport. I didn't do the show. I couldn't listen. Not like I was done.
Oh yeah.
My mother said, "Oh, you'll
Yeah.
get back." I said, "I don't know, Mom." I said, "This one really hurts."
yeah. That, you
This
know.
one-
You know what
this
Father's Day was?
Hurt.
Father's Day was the Tampa Bay game, the last game.
Yes, it was.
that was Father's
And
Day.
you know what? I gotta say it's a little bit more magnified. Only reason because there's no way you should have lost to that team.
No, you
There's
shouldn't.
no, and I'm starting to get worked up again. Calm down, Dan. Gotta calm down.
Yeah,
calm
yeah.
down.
Reeled in, brother.
George is
Reeled
getting
in.
mad. George is getting mad.
Reel it in, brother. Reel it in. Reel
But
it
it's like, how
in.
dare
It still
you?
hurts.
How
It still
dare
hurts.
you not shoot the ball 4 straight playoff games in the fourth quarter?
Because you are
I want to know the
That's
author.
deliberate.
I want to know the author of
that's
the Ben
deliberate.
Report
It's
why
deliberate.
he has so much confidence in Ben.
Who?
He's seen Mr. Arthur of the Ben Report over here.
What?
You know,
I'm only doing it to get on your
Rob
skin.
McManus or whatever.
He's the author of the Ben Report.
Hey, Joe. It's the same reason. It's the same reason I go after the Cowboys. He did it to get under your skin. I did
No,
it to
I
get under
understand,
his.
but do you
You
really
said the author of
believe,
the
do you really believe that Ben Simmons is going to show up and show out in the playoffs?
I think you can.
Let's start a pot.
No.
Let's start
Whoa!
a pot.
Stop!
That is such
Stop.
a cop out.
Stop.
I think he can.
Hold the bus.
Let's start-
Maybe
let's start-
I'll
Did you
be a
just
millionaire.
say you think he can show up in
I'm
the
willing to
playoffs? Where's his evidence? Where's his history?
I'm not saying scoring. I'm saying defense.
So we could double the pot with my latenesses. We'll double the pot.
Yes. Yes.
Let's make this interesting.
We'll double the pot.
If he sees the court,
I say he doesn't play at all
if
this
he
year.
plays, I think he will. I still think he
I
will.
say he doesn't play at all.
I don't think maybe
Making
that
it
regular
rain.
season, but I think in the playoffs he will.
No. Okay, so here's the deal. It's been lifted. Kyrie can play home games now.
Yes.
Yes, true.
Ben
Because
Simmons,
the Yankees have to come home
That
and
is
play.
correct.
Boom.
Ben Simmons
Boom.
is showing up later to this basketball season than Damon ever has at a Pattison Ave Phanatics.
True. This is true.
Combined.
They're going to give him a ticket to the A train. He'll be able to come down from the A train.
TK, that's awesome. I couldn't have written that if I tried. That was awesome. No, Joey, we got Joey laughing, man. I just whatever with that guy.
No,
Man.
I only gave you the bed report to make you mad.
I have a Maxi. I have a Harden.
Yeah.
I thought of it this morning.
No,
It came right
I'm
to my head.
good. I'm good with. I
Sorry,
want
Joey,
to see
you
what
had
they
to
do
come
in the offseason to
But you know what,
bolster the
Joey?
bench.
Every week
when
I'm
the
going to give
season's
you the
over.
Ben report.
Yeah,
But I want to get there when I get there.
Let's enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
I'm going to give you the James Journal. That's what I'll do. I'll give you the James Journal.
You know, next week you got to come in with the Dak report.
It's
There you
Joey's
go.
journal.
Shoulder still hurts. Really in a really bad situation.
It's a playoff game, so I have to play like Simmons. Oh, sorry.
Why are people throwing trash at me? Why are my teammates douchebags?
Because I'm a douchebag.
Flip the page.
I'm a douche.
So Dave,
Flip
Yes,
the
sir.
page
Wait.
over.
When
What-
did the playoffs
in-
start? Is my
in-
question.
April 17th.
yeah,
Is that what it is?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Dame, with this team,
Mhm.
what is success?
Well, you got to get to the finals.
You think the finals? You don't think
I want to win it, but I want to
Yeah,
get there first. Let's get past.
is anything less?
Gotta get past the
acceptable?
second round.
Gotta get past the second
Is-
round.
is
with
Get
the
to
Eastern
the
Conference.
Eastern Conference.
Is anything less accept?
No.
Anything less would
I
be
mean, if you get
uncivilized.
the conference finals, is that considered a success?
If you get to the conference
And play
finals
well, but
and
lose
play
hard.
well against Milwaukee, they're the champs. I'm not going to be as disappointed because
don't count the
but you-
champs out.
right, because you can't count the champs out. But I would be highly disappointed if they didn't get past the
Now,
Tom's
all right,
playing
so-
hurt.
Now, this because you go back. Let's go back to the Tobias Harris, Butler, JJ Redick, and B lineup, right? That and who was it? I'm missing the play. Oh, Ben Simmons, right?
Right.
That was
That
squad.
guy.
That was that squad.
Everyone was
Then
missing
moving
him.
forward, you had the team last year. Obviously,
He's the
it
ghost
didn't
runner.
work out, and now you have this team, which I think is finally we have it.
Yeah.
You have a guy that Joe can go, oh, I and he's still bringing the ball up nicely, but he's like, oh, I can go get my 30 and still be impactful down here, and he'll take care of those guys for me. I don't have to take care of everybody.
Right.
And you can clearly see that.
No.
You can. So that's something nice to
Yeah.
see, man.
No.
So
And
the Eastern Conference Finals is.
you got to get past the second round, which
Yeah.
is these
That's what I'm
conference
saying.
finals.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to get past. Yeah.
So, all
otherwise-
right, so let's look into the
Gotta get
crystal
past.
ball.
Mhm.
They win the Eastern Conference.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who do you
Do
want to
they
see?
win?
Who
In
don't
the West?
you want to see?
In the
Who don't you
West?
want- yeah. Who don't you want to
I
see?
don't fear anybody.
I don't
You fear
want to
Phoenix?
see Phoenix.
Nah, I don't
wanna
fear
see
them. And the only reason I don't fear them, because I mean Booker's a beast. I mean, without a doubt. C. Paul will be
Well,
back without a doubt. They're
yeah.
they're a
He's
well
back
coached
already.
team,
He's back.
but
Yeah.
no one can stop the big fella.
Nope.
Oh,
No,
Aiden
one in
can't
the
stop
league.
him.
no one in the league.
So
can.
that would make it more. You know, it would. If I'll put it to you this way, if they get there, they have a damn good chance of winning it. And the only reason I say that is because three people have something to prove:
Yeah.
Joe,
Joe
Harden, and Rivers.
and Rivers. Yeah.
Because people are doubting Rivers
I'm just
every other day. Get rid of Dunk. I
I
don't
just-
get it.
you
I'm
know
like,
what?
yo,
I just-
what the
I just-
hell?
Because of his
In any of
history,
these
that's why.
series.
Huh?
His history, that's why.
in
But
any,
the man's a champion. Listen.
look in any of these
Well, he
series,
had
I
a
don't
great
want to see
team
Doc
with
go
the
up
Celtics when he
3-1.
won it.
Well, that's
But
how you're going to win champions.
I-
You think Pat Riley didn't have great teams?
I
You didn't
agree.
think you didn't think Eric
I'm
Spoelstra
not
didn't
saying
have great
you're wrong.
teams? You didn't think Danny Ainge? I mean,
Brad
Stevens?
Billy Cunningham didn't
Yeah.
have great.
Yeah,
But people kill me. He had a great. Well, you're supposed to have a great
Yeah,
team.
but
That's
the
why
doc,
you're the champ.
the doc that
Right.
that 3-1 lead will always sticking across.
Yeah, but so was the championship that he hoisted, and he also took them back to the finals. He just ran into a dude from Lower Merion, by the way, of Philadelphia, Kobe
Sure.
Bryant, that was just as hungry.
He was
So
a
for
chump.
people, I'm offended.
You know, the guy you beat,
I'm offended.
the guy
I'm
you
offended
beat.
by people, the way people
beat
put-
I didn't beat him.
you
and that
beat him.
doesn't mean he doesn't deserve criticism.
I
He's
think
not
we
a
have
soft-
footage from that.
Shipping knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20. Dave, you're on for 3.
Every time I still swear you're going to make that
Yeah.
shot, Dave.
You don't think
I
Phil
wish.
Jackson had great teams?
I'm not saying he didn't.
But I'm not.
You don't think your team was a great team? You guys won a championship?
Well, we went to Central League.
It was a great team.
It was a good team.
Every time. Like, you could be like, oh, yeah, the Sisters of Charity basketball tournament. Like, I think we have footage from that
We were
game.
21-5. I get it.
Dave, you are never living that.
No, this is
You said you don't think you had a great team? No, but that statement kills me. It's like, well, you had a great. Well, what coach who won a championship at NBA did not have a great team.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal.
Yeah,
so
No one's going to hand you a championship.
I would
That
say,
is true.
I would say the only team in modern era that was they were obviously a good team, but they won a championship, but not great would be that Detroit Pistons. team.
Yeah.
They weren't a great.
I'll go one.
No, they were not a
Chuck
great
Daly
team.
days?
No. With Larry Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, that was not a great team.
No,
The Chuck
they were
Daly
just
teams
The Chuck Taylor team
good.
were great. They were a
Yeah.
great team. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, but everybody
Bad
else.
boys
is like,
from Detroit.
yeah, but it's like, you know, it's like, nah, Doc, does he frustrate you? Of course he does, but I think he's sees something. I'm like, okay, Doc, I'm seeing what you're doing now. I'm finally getting it.
No.
I don't
That's
think the
something-
Bucks
something
in
in your
last
eye.
year were a great team.
No, they weren't.
They
No.
just had Giannis.
Yeah.
I mean, Giannis, he
Right.
went off. He just went off. He was
went
a
off.
man
He
on
was
a mission.
determined.
He was a
determined.
man on a mission.
He was determined.
I mean,
was.
listen,
Kind of like some
when
big
that-
guy we got playing for us.
When that championship, when that final buzzer went off, when they won, he didn't go up to the stage and run. No, he went to sit down.
Yes, he did.
He was exhausted.
Right.
I'm
yes.
No,
So they play,
got it.
By the way, they play them on Tuesday here in Philly.
Yeah.
And I will drive my Barlow Chevrolet to the game.
I got to admit, you know, the one thing
process.
that was said during this past week with Embiid, because Embiid and Harden both had health scare, and Embiid was basically like, "I'm fine, don't worry about it, I'm fine." Like I'm playing.
You can't tell me.
Don't worry about it.
Dude.
Okay.
A 4 million hearts hit the floor when.
Are you kidding me? If he
fell.
gets a hangnail, I start to tear
Oh
up.
my God!
Well, here's
Just get through the season
here's what
For
I've
real.
done. I've taught
So
myself.
clearly, you're in his bathroom, right? So he's cooking his donuts.
I've taught myself to not.
Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Better get that hangnail.
Get the hangnail, Joe.
Oh man!
No, but no, he knows how to fall, man. He taught himself how to fall.
Right.
So I that eases me a little bit. Like he
I
looks
jump
for the
up, I
fall.
fall down.
I jump.
I fall down, go boom, I get back up. Sorry. We're on a roll today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So, Dave, how about those St. Peter Peacocks?
No, but Dave, listen.
Sorry. Hit that one by
They
accident.
didn't talk about it enough. The tournament's here in Philly.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was
Yeah.
fun. Good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
St. Peter's, man.
How can you not love St. Peter?
Love it.
Who's
What-
taking
what-
it all?
What?
Who's taking it all?
I'm going to tell you something.
Villanova.
Villanova wins tonight.
Villanova,
It's over.
man.
Villanova's
Villanova's
going.
looking good.
I watched 8 games last week when I left y'all, man.
Who's
V for Villanova.
I
V for
slept in on my couch. I watched North Carolina Baylor.
Yeah.
I watched Michigan.
Yeah.
See, I'm a Temple grad.
Tennessee.
I can't root for Villanova.
Well, that's okay.
No, but it's
That's
Joe, and I heard those
It's your
reasons on the
hometown
radio
team,
yesterday.
though.
That
I
makes
know.
sense. Those Villanova fans are
it's
like the
not-
best, man.
It's not hometown for guys who went to Temple or St. Joe's.
No, I get it.
It's
You
still
know, it's-
hometown.
But I met
No,
Jay
no,
Wright, man. He's a nice
no,
guy,
if your
man.
team's not in
It was
it,
actually
I
playing
told
well.
crap.
Listen,
It was playing
listen.
well. That Miami team.
Yeah, all right,
Really well.
let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way, Tom. Roman's playing for the state title. Are you rooting for them?
I don't want them to lose. Yeah, of course.
You know, I didn't say you don't want them to lose. Are you rooting for them?
No.
Oh.
Aggressively
What's your high
rooting
school?
for them.
Kiss my ass.
There you go.
Where'd you guys go to high school?
All right, point made.
Well, speaking of which,
I went
speaking
to
of
Roman.
NCAA championships, Numaguretti just won.
I know.
States,
The men's-
baby.
Did they
the
really?
men's state.
Did they win the state?
Mo
They won the
won-
state championship?
And Motep won the state.
Jeez,
too,
one
though.
more and you're just like us.
Wow. All right. Point taken, Finnegan.
Who was your high school?
Roman.
You know, you can take that spear and
You know, you only have to win.
Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson's wrong.
you can take
Yeah.
that spear and
Yeah.
you can shine it up real nice.
Marvin Harris.
Turn that son of a bitch sideways.
Harrison's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's starting to be really good, man? Kate Scott's good, man. She said,
Yeah,
she's awesome.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
definitely
something last
bloomed
night that
throughout
got
the
me.
season.
Yeah, I'm digging her. And you know who's pretty? Avery Johnson, that was doing the Alabama game. He's pretty good.
Nothing
They
better.
gotta move the ball
Nothing's
around.
better than drops a timely deuce.
But I'm so glad that the opening round games are done because some of those teams were
So, who do you
Horrible.
got tonight, my friend?
horrible.
Who's tonight? Oh, yes,
Arkansas Duke. Who do you got?
Duke's gonna win.
Yeah,
Okay.
Duke's
It's gonna
win
be
that
it's
game.
gonna be Krzyzewski versus
St. Peter's.
in the end Krzyzewski
USC.
Versus Jay Wright.
versus Jay Wright.
Think?
Jay Wright's
I
You
like
yeah.
think, you think Coach
Wow.
K wins
I
tonight?
like that.
Hey, how much of a torch passing game would that be?
That's what I'm saying.
So you got Nova Houston. Who do you got?
Nova's
No.
gonna win.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nova's solid. Yo,
No,
the
well,
last-
Although you got to
the
give a
last-
shout out to Houston.
That's what I'm saying. They're
Dude.
playing really well.
Dude,
one of my
it's gonna
students
be-
told me this story about Gillespie yesterday. He goes, Mr. Salim, my cousin coached him in CY basketball. He was like 12. He's like, 12:30. He goes, yeah, this kid comes up to him at halftime and goes, you only have 12 points. He said, okay. Kid came out and finished for 56.
Wow.
I said, Joe, man.
No, did you hear this other story about Jay Roy with Gillespie? Gillespie thought he only had 12, and Jay's like, no, you had 24. Because he thought his teammate had 24. He's like, no, Colin, that's your score line. That's what you scored.
So Miami, Florida, Kansas, who do you got?
Miami, Florida, Kansas is nice, man.
Yeah, Kansas.
And the thing about him, he had this play the other night, Gillespie, when they were playing Michigan.
Yeah.
And I was torn because I like Michigan. I like the Fab Five,
Yeah.
but it's like Villanova. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you knew he was going to take the shot, and he took it and hit it, man. They're tough, man. They're tough.
These
games are great, by the way. Great.
It's going to be like a 62-58
Does the
game,
Cinderella story end tomorrow with North Carolina
Cinderella
playing
story.
St. Peter?
I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past St.
Because
Peter.
did you see that UNC Baylor game last week?
Yeah.
They were. And by the way, college refs are way better than NBA refs for the record. They let those guys play.
Yeah, it just did it.
Baylor just wasn't hitting their shots.
But there was a fight last week.
Yeah.
It felt like an NBA game.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid gets tossed out. You know what I mean? I don't think that was a flagrant two, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that wasn't a flagrant two. I didn't agree with that.
Right?
At all.
Does the
It's like
shoe
he
still
just-
fit on Cinderella, or is it over?
I wouldn't put it past St. Peter's to win the game.
Look, they've gotten this far. You
And
can't,
they're kind of
can't say
home.
they're done.
And they're home. Someone asked me at my job. They're like, they wouldn't let Villanova stay in the Philly region. I'm like, no.
Hey, listen.
It
listen,
happened
no.
one time.
Listen, when the St. Peter's game ended last night,
It
right?
did.
I'm in the kitchen with my son. I went, St. Peter's won. And St. Peter's, guess what you get? The winner of the UCLA North Carolina game. What?
What?
Whoa. That's short-lived.
Oh man. No, but I mean, North Carolina's good, man.
when that
Hubert Davis. I mean,
When
you
that
know.
shot last night from Purdue, that kid missed it last 3 seconds, whatever it was.
Mhm.
That place erupted.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Place erupted.
because it was.
I mean, there were
really tight.
so many fans that were like,
Oh, my God. It was crazy.
So
So
they came from Jersey. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, the school so the students get X amount of tickets.
right.
Apparently, they metered back how many tickets the students were able to get from St. Peter's,
Wow.
and
Well,
that
you know
was
they would have had the place packed.
well. That's the thing. They were
Oh,
like they were
okay.
metering them back because
Gotcha.
they knew.
It's a short drive from Jersey City.
Right.
What?
Sure.
So they metered back. There was this big
And you can
controversy.
go back. You don't even have to get a hotel if you
Right,
don't want. You
right.
can just turn it. You know.
They dialed down how many tickets the kids from St. Peter's
Yeah, I can
got?
see that.
Yep.
I can see that. Because you got to remember though.
That's not cool,
That was
man.
on the news.
It's not.
But you
How
know what
many, how
happened?
many times has North Carolina or Duke been playing in the South region, and they're like playing in Raleigh, and it's a home game for them, and they don't meter back their tickets.
Frank, you know why? It's corporate. When corporate puts their hand in the pot.
Yeah, I mean,
What do they care where the money
at who
comes
you said.
from?
No, I'm saying corporate.
North Carolina and Duke.
They got to get
St.
those.
Pete's.
Yeah, they
I
got to
get
get
it.
those tickets to corporate.
Man, you got to give
No,
these
yeah,
guys
I'm-
their
yeah,
due.
No, I'm with
Think
you.
about
I'm
the-
just,
In my opinion, if anything, you should have gave them more.
you should
Yeah.
have more.
I mean,
you would have had that
no,
house
you get no
rockets.
But corporate sticks there. It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's all corporate.
Yeah,
It was on the news.
That's all like, you know what I mean?
That wasn't a
When
home
Shot
game.
Gonzaga went down.
It was on the news last night, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
I like those guys.
I was literally like,
Okay,
they
too.
play
I
like-
that. I watched
why
that
would you do that?
They play
Like people were they were
They play
interviewing
Arkansas.
people that were students from St. Peter's, and
Right.
and they were like, yeah, I wasn't able to get tickets, and my
Well, I'll
the
tell you what, they
guy
can get-
that's my brother that plays on the team couldn't get any more.
But they-
And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like,
But they can get all they want now because the
Dude.
team they beat last night left town.
Well, they said
All those seats from Purdue, they're
That's
up for
true.
sale.
They said something funny when they beat Kentucky. They was like, wow, 2 of those kids from Kentucky will get drafted, and none of those kids from St. Peter's will even get. Yo, how about the kid who dropped
I disagree with
D3? I'm jumping around.
look, because remember when
This kid dropped like 50 something crazy, something out
James,
points.
remember when Stephon Curry was in Davidson,
Yeah, that's true.
and no one thought
Good point.
that
Excellent point.
anyone would get drafted. He got drafted, and
Yeah,
he
but
went to a
I
small
don't think
school.
I don't think there's anybody on the St. Pete's team that is going to be.
But it was a deal with him because
A
wasn't he
second-round
supposed to
pick?
go to like
Maybe a
UNC?
second, but they-
Wait,
Yeah,
Steph Curry from Golden State, Joe?
Yeah, he
Stephon
went to
Curry.
Davidson.
He went
But
to
he was
Davidson.
supposed to
He
go
went to Wisconsin.
No. He went to Davidson. He actually put Davidson on the map because he came in the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he
remember
went to
that.
Wisconsin.
What was it? Smart was the Shaka Smart.
Shaka
was,
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was the
Shaka
coach.
Smart. But now
Yeah, big burn
Curry
on
was
you guys.
supposed to go to UNC or somewhere. I think he was supposed to go to a different
Who?
school. Curry was supposed to go to like UNC or
Oh.
something. Or one of them. I know his brother went to Duke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth went to
Seth
Duke.
with the Duke.
Seth went to Duke. Yeah, so I don't know how. But yeah, he obviously made a name for himself.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's
I don't
like,
know why I thought Wisconsin.
Yeah, he was at Davidson, man. I think Davidson did make the tournament this year, didn't they? No, they didn't make it this year. What's up with Temple, though? I mean, are they close next year, maybe?
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think they
With
are.
I thought they were going to get in this year.
McKee's
I was gonna say, how's Aaron doing up there?
McKee's getting them.
He had a better year. He had a
Yeah.
way better year. Man, I want to see Temple back.
They have the number 5 best prospect in the country.
They do.
It's hard to recruit against Villanova in this market.
Oh yeah,
It's really hard to recruit against Villanova.
the top. What is it? The Big Six? It's just.
Well, do they
tough.
even play that anymore? The Big Five? Like they don't.
Well, they play inter-school games, but look, Dame. I
yeah,
grew up with-
Villanova's. Yeah.
I grew up with the Big Five. This ain't no Big Five.
No, I know it's not the same. No.
Big Five was awesome.
No, it was. Yeah,
Double headers at the Plaster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you talk about those guys were going to pros. I mean, they were
Oh, my
playing.
God.
big
I just
time.
couldn't get over last night. All the timeouts and commercials, man.
Well,
My
Well,
God.
that's
the
money
thing.
now. You
It's
got to pay the
money.
bills, brother.
You got it. I learned.
I
to-
get
pay
it.
the
I get
bills.
it. But I'm saying
I learned to
I've
expect it. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I
I
just-
was
no,
just
it's
like,
stupid.
It's
Well,
like I was there for like hours.
it's stupid.
You got
to
to
watch games on NBC Sports Philly.
It just didn't end.
got a lot of
That's
commercials.
commercials.
You got to
Exactly.
understand something too. Is that these
They go to commercial
boosters,
for-
I had to get out of the stadium. It's like 12. It was like,
these
Yeah, I
boosters,
thought about y'all last
they
night.
pay the season,
Yeah.
but the NCAA pays for the tournament.
Right.
So they want to make their money
oh, I
back.
get it, but I'm just saying it just felt like forever.
Because if you watch a regular season game in college basketball, it flies.
Oh, you know
It
what?
flies.
You know what I saw during the? It was during the tournament game. Gillespie had a commercial.
Oh yeah, because he's
for the
dealership.
for the dealership. I'm like,
yeah,
wow, here's evidence of one of the kids cashing in.
Yeah.
And it's like right during the tournament. It
and
was a car dealership.
NIL. Yep.
Is he going pro, Gillespie?
Yeah,
I would think so.
I would think so.
Yeah, and the other kid's going pro, right?
the other kid from Nova.
Dave, I pulled
Yeah.
a video of that
Yeah.
final shot last night, where the crowd went nuts.
Clarence Shipping knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave Yarno,
Dave Yarno for 3.
Boom.
I think you're looking at the next assistant coach for the St. Peter.
Jim, I think he threw a brick.
I love you, Dave.
I'm
Sorry, man.
I love you so
I like
much.
how the back screen's on the
I love
I love
delay,
you
so
so
we can all.
much.
Yeah.
Just keep throwing that video.
I mean,
It's a win on the.
I know. Yeah, we
It's a
can see
win.
it twice.
Dave, none of us have any of our failings on video, except you.
me.
Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. we do it for 2 hours.
we do it with the Cove drop that game, you know,
I have no idea.
with the double
It
digits.
I would
could have
say
been.
16,
It could have been
18
2. He would have
And he was a freshman.
Yeah,
too.
Jesus, man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. Is
I would say there's 16 or 18.
And just think, 3 years later, he was gone to the prom with Brandy.
yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Well, you know what happened? Charlotte was going to
Dave
draft
did
him.
too, but it was
And
E
he
and
was
J.
He's like, I'm not going to Charlotte.
Yeah.
I'd rather go play overseas. I'm not going to Charlotte. And that's when they traded Vlade Divac, and the rest is history. Poor guy. And Eddie.
He went
Jones,
with
I didn't like
Monica.
that. No, Eddie played with him. Eddie played with him. Eddie did.
Dave went with Monica to the prom.
Frank,
Yeah.
did
He went
you
with
catch
Monica.
that?
Just by luck.
I said Dave went to the prom with Brandy too, but it was E and J.
That's right.
Damn, Dave.
Damn, talk to me today.
That's where Monica and Brandy got the song "Love Don't."
Yeah,
my
that one.
boyfriend, yeah. The other guy.
Man.
Yeah. It's about Dave.
Sorry when I'm gone.
It's about Dave.
Oh, Dave, I'm just messing with you, buddy. You know I love you. Well, look, that'll do it for us. It's another couple hours in the books. Thank you for everyone chiming in on the text
What a
board,
show today.
hanging out with us for the last 2 hours.
Thank
really
you so much,
appreciate you
everybody.
guys. Again, get out there today. Red Lantern 3 to 8. Great cause. Fighting for Freddie. And, I hope to see you guys out there. I feel like crap right now. If I feel a little better, I'll
Yeah,
try
Ben.
and
This
pop
is how
out.
you play when you're hurt.
Yeah, man.
That's
This
right.
is how
It's
you
not fun.
play.
But,
Take a damn
Excitement.
example from the captain over here.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. So for James Scorza, for Joe Mark showering me with compliments, Damon Salim, Dave Yarnell, Frank Finnegan,
Yo.
and Joe Scorza, I'm Tom Kelly. This is the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show, 10-9-8-76ers. V for
Clap your
Nova, V for victory. Let's
Let's
go.
go, boys.